Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Brighter Shores live stream. So it has been a good little while, I think it's been like 10 days now since we've last streamed, though we've still been around, though way less than normal. The last 2 weeks we played for 42 hours it looks like, compared to before where we're doing what, like 80 hours a week, like double that per week. But yeah, we have slowed down a little bit, still been keeping up with dailies and all that kind of stuff. But they posted a thing yesterday. I actually saw it as soon as they posted, like the first hour. However, I was busy yesterday, so I wasn't able to, stream or anything like that. However, I did want to do a little bit of a stream now. Probably do some quests. A little bit of a pivot on the side accounts too, because they seem to be taking quite a bit of a hard quest pivot as well. So they are now doing a weekly leak as far as what they are currently working on. How long they will keep this up, we'll find out. We are currently on day, 156. And they're just now starting after 5 months. But anyways, so let's go read through some of this, because there's some pretty juicy stuff here, and I didn't actually read through the whole thing. I saw a lot of it, but I haven't actually seen every single individual word. So let's start going through it. Welcome to the first Brighter Shores weekly leak. A great many of you have asked for more transparency about what is going on at Fen Research, specifically what we are currently working on and how close we are to releasing some new content, of which we still have had none pretty much since launch. To that end, we are going to start publishing regular updates in the form of a weekly leak. Also, hello Mark, hello everyone else, welcome. Hope all's been well. Hope you guys have been having a wonderful weekend. So, what have we been working on this week? Technical team, Andrew, which is lead dev, main person funding all this. Recruitment and new starter preparations, with 5 new team members joining us over the next few weeks. There's a lot to do. James, I have no clue who James is, but James, compliance with the UK Online Safety Act. We have talked about this before in posts on X. Basically, as a UK company, we are required by law to do this work. Launching this week's game update. Any improvements to personalized striping. Oh yeah, that reminds me. In that regard, that is a great time to go pivot to the other part of this. Where is it? Actually, it's right here. So, in other news, they also did an update on the knife. I didn't bother going over. It was just a little bit with a striping change. I think we did this stream. This is when we last streamed, the Easter event. However, they also did one other update with striping. So it was this, personalized striping changes. We have been gathering feedback on personalized striping since the launch of Combat Rework Update. We have identified a couple of areas where we think it is not working as well as we would like. So we have made some changes. If you find the combat level of various foes has changed for you, this is why. Players who have Episode 3 but their Premium Pass expire before the Combat Rework Update will now receive the default striping. Boss foes in Episode 3 and later will now be personalized based on your level at the time the episode launch, regardless of if you had Premium Pass. Boss foes who end up... Oh yeah, we'll be testing this today, by the way. We are going to be doing 2 quests. Well, technically the same quest twice on 2 different accounts. And I'm going to see how this one in particular ends up working. Boss foes who end up with very high combat level due to personalized striping will have their level reduced slightly to reflect the levels are harder to get when you are very high level. And new foes always unlock every 20 levels before their combat level. This resolves an issue where some players found the next foe unlocked before they had even passed the previous skin of that foe. And yeah, there we go. Just a little bit of changes. Nothing too much. Anyways, in other news, that's what that was right there. Launching this week's game update. Reading and replying to all the bug reports and preparing this weekly leak. Also, I have never gotten a response back on my bug report I sent like a couple months ago. I'm not sure. Does everyone get a response back? Because I am like 99% sure I sent it to the right location, but I have never received a reply on it. So I'm not sure what's going with that, because I know for sure I sent it to the right location. I was like double, triple checking, because that's always annoying with emails sometimes. Like, oh, did I send it to the right email? Like if you're emailing someone for the first time ever. But yeah, I am like 99% certain I sent it to the right location. I have never got a reply back to the one from, when they were doing the beta and everything. Anyways, Ian, which is one of the Gower brothers, is fixing bugs, improving on our map design tool, and he's working on technical work for the 4th and 6th quests, which we have a graphic for a little bit lower down as well. Content team, Paul, this is the story writer, is one of the 3rd Gower brother, so Ian, Paul, and Andrew. As far as him, he normally should be doing all the story stuff. So story coding, post graphics for the Hopeport 6 quests, and this one I'm really looking forward to. Story coding it just went away. Coding pre-graphics for the Mines of Matubin 6-star quest. That is huge. It is actually the only quest that they're currently working on that is not free to play, oddly enough. And a 6-star for Mines of Matubin, that sounds like it'll have a pretty solid reward. Samuel, which is the community manager for the game, has been working on story coding for Hope Forest 2 quest. Is almost guaranteed going to have a gather requirement. Currently, there is no gather requirement for it. Also, hello, every color. Welcome, welcome. Where can I find the thumbnail image? It's on this post. If you go to, I believe it's on their social media as well as on Steam. If you go under news, it's actually right down here. We'll be going over those in a moment. I'm not sure how to make them bigger though, but yeah, we'll be going over those in a moment. We're almost there. All right, what am I doing? Where was I? Samuel. So he's planning out the first raid. I'm not sure why they're already working on a raid. They have 0 bosses in the game, or repeatable ones. They also have the combat rework not implemented yet. They stopped halfway through the combat rework, so I have no clue how they're already working on a raid, unless they already know what they're going to be doing for it, but then why doesn't anything in here mention that? This is probably the most confusing thing in here. I guess they're just really planning on ahead, because technically they're working on Stonewall Hill probably a year in advance. And I guess they're just planning this out in advance too. It just seems so weird given that they haven't fully implemented the combat system yet. Why on earth they would be planning the first raid? They don't even have a first boss yet. Not counting repeatable ones, because obviously there's quest bosses, but those don't count. This involves exploring the theme, rewards, and mechanics that will be involved. Assisting Andrew with new starter preparations, including getting the hardware and software set up for them to use. Anyways, graphics team. Greg is currently doing the map design for both the Hopeport 6 quest, which I'm curious what that is. Maybe that one's the Equipable Potion one. And as well as map design for Stonewall Hill, which of course there is some stuff on their Stonewall Hill progress below as well. And Nick, who I don't think we've ever heard before, is working on the Hopeport 6 quest graphics. Beyond that, audio team Joe is encounter variants of global music tracks. There are the variants of the music tracks that the game switches. Okay, I was wondering, because it seems like some tracks were in every single zone. Those would be those then. And when you encounter in combat, currently the global tracks do not have encounter variants, which means you spend a lot of time in combat, you will never hear the global tracks, and the music will... oh, that's interesting. That explains why they always cut out during combat, because they don't have a combat variant. Okay, so they're fixing that. Interesting. Okay, so here's the juicy part, the infographics. So, we know everyone loves infographics, so we made 2. Let's see, let's make this bigger. How big can I make them? Okay, that's about as big as we're gonna get them. Let's make it full screen. Up. Okay, anyways. Infographics. So, side quests. Here is their progress on side quests. The Hopeport 4-star quest one, the one that supposedly has quote-unquote the best reward of any quest so far, is only a 4-star quest. What this means is the requirement is likely to be under 50s. So you probably need slightly under 50 alchemy, you probably need slightly under 50, I don't know, forger, fisher? Honestly, just get base 50s in Hopeport and you'll be fine. So this is what is the next quest that's going to be coming. This is the one that we thought would be coming every single day for the last month now, and is still not even polished or technical coding done, and obviously still not released. But yeah, we thought this quest would be done for like a month now. They've been hinting at it for forever now, every single week for an entire month. It is really weird that this one isn't out yet, but based on how much progress is here, it makes sense, as they probably still have a good another week and a half before it's done. But anyways, but yeah, this is supposedly the best reward of anything we've ever had. I'm not sure if this is going to be the Equipable Potion quest, though. If I had to guess, it's probably the 6-star one. I don't think this one will be. Maybe it's just a really good reward that isn't an Equipable Potion. As this 6-star one, we've never actually seen a 6-star quest before. There's actually a new category of quests. There are 0 6-star quests currently within the game. So when it comes to Hopeport 6-star and Mines of Matubin 6-star, those must have some absurd rewards. If this 4-star right here has like the best one that we've had so far. So it'd be interesting to see exactly what these are ultimately end up going to be. As, yeah, Chapter 1 and 3 are both going to be getting one in, I would say, the near future, but honestly, with this game, I have no clue. If this means months from now or weeks, no clue. But this one should probably be in the next week or two, the one that we thought would be out, like, literally any day now. Anyways, beyond that, yeah, 4 new quests. Technically 7, because we count all the Stonewall Hill that we can see lower down. But 4 new side quests. 4-star for Hopeport, which supposedly has quote-unquote the best reward in the game. A 6-star for Hopeport, which if that isn't a equipable potion, this 100% is a equipable potion if this is not a equipable potion. Like, I refuse to believe that this is anything but a equipable potion if this one is not a equipable potion. Hope Forest, 2-star. This is almost guaranteed going to have a gather requirement, so if you don't currently have like 25-ish, 30-ish gather, you might want to get it for that one. As far as requirements, we don't know exactly, but based on where other ones are, this 4-star quest is likely to be 50 all for Hopeport or a little bit lower. We've never seen a 6-star requirement before, but we know that the current highest requirement is 61 for a quest, and that's for a 5-star. So we could expect that a 6-star quest is at least like 70. Like, you're going to require at least one level 70, if not a level 80. Potentially even up to a level 100. We don't really know. We've never seen one before. But good, if you want to be good for these, I would say probably base 80s. And then just go a little bit up from there if you really need it for the quest. But we've never seen one before, so we have no clue. The Hope Forest one should be really easy. As far as Hope Forest, I would just say get your gather up a little bit if you haven't already, as this is likely not to require anything above level 30, if even that high, which is pretty easy to do if you already got your base 20s. And then Mines of Matubin, if you already did the 5-star quest there, you're probably already pretty close to whatever the requirements are. Plus, you probably leveled some of it up anyways, like your main weapon, make it skill for your class and everything. So this one shouldn't be too big of a requirement compared to Hopeport overall. But I guess it could be, because this is the first member new quest. As, of course, free-to-play does not get access to whatever this is. So whatever this reward is, free-to-play never gets, ends up getting it. And then we have the progress on Stonewall Hill, which we already knew this needed quite a bit of work. And yeah, it does need quite a bit of work. As far as map design, it is like pretty much nowhere's there yet. UI theme seems to be good though. So they have all the icons, all the graphics, all the info thingies for that. So that's good. We have 3 new quests coming in. So technically 7, depending on how you want to count it. We have 4 side quests. And of course, the 3 that any new area always ends up having. They always end up having a main storyline, obviously, to continue the main storyline. They've always had a 3-star quest and always had a 5-star quest. And I wonder if they're going to keep expanding the star system. I'm really curious if he's going to do this like quest points in the future, where you need like X amount of stars in order to do a quest at some point. Like, there's going to be a quest that has like a 100-star requirement. Not that it's a 100-star difficulty quest, but you know, it requires like 100 stars worth of side quests in order to go and get it. I'm really curious to see how they end up panning out with that. Because the star level at the moment seems kind of arbitrary, but it might be used for some kind of point system where the star level is like, oh, this 1-star quest is kind of easy, and this 6-star quest is kind of hard, but then you add them all up, it's like, oh yeah, this one other quest requires like 150 stars to go start it once they have a lot of quests, because he did do that pretty early. He did that with Dragon Slayer back in the day, where you needed 32 quest points, which at the time was about the equivalence of, give or take, about 12 quests, give or take a little bit. And we're at the point where if they add all these, we are at officially 12 quests. If they were to add all 4 of these, but not anything from Stonewall Hill yet, that would end up being a total of, what is that? It would end up being a total of 13 quests would be in the game, which is around the time he did Dragon Slayer last time. We'll see. I highly doubt it, though, but you never know. Because that was like the first like really iconic quest from his previous game. And we don't really have one of those yet. There's been a handful of okay ones, but we haven't had any of like the knock it out of the park kind of iconic quests yet in the game. But as far as Stonewall Hill progress, yeah, it still needs a lot of work, but we already knew this. But the fact that they're putting it here is kind of interesting, because that means they're actually prioritizing this and not necessarily, you know, trading or PvP or more importantly, the combat rework, the rest of it, you know, the other half that you haven't done yet. So because that's like the main one, I feel like that should be after side quests. Is, you know, finish the combat rework that you completely butchered currently, that you kind of need to go fix now. Like, they already half fixed it, and then it's like, oh, nope. But anyways, yeah, that's the whole rundown on that. Anyways, so what are we doing today? It's all the way near the end of the title. However, our goal for today is not on our main account, oddly enough. As far as our main account, I've mostly just been upkeeping dailies. But yeah, I've just been upkeeping dailies, doing these, checking the, actually, speaking of which, let me go check that right now. Checking the thing, seeing if we have any good tasks here. I've actually been doing Bone Right most of the days, using the 6% XP pots. The reason I'm here is because we're going to be doing the other 2 side accounts. So one goal I kind of want to do, since they're pivoting hard into quests, is I figured, oh, we might as well do the same. So I want to try finishing out every single quest on all 3 accounts. Ooh, this one's a little bit annoying. Honestly, I'm probably just going to go all stew. Oh no, do I go turn this in real quick? I might just go turn this in. Yeah, we'll go do the main account real quick. Let's go do some chef runs. But basically, I want to go quest pivot on all of our accounts. Of course, we've been playing all 3 of them, and I've been playing the other 2 quite a bit more with the time that we do end up spending. I've been spending it primarily on the other 2 accounts lately. But of course, we've had every single quest completed on our main account since week 1. Or not week 1, month 1. We finished it exactly on Thanksgiving, oddly enough. However, yeah, we have not done too much more on these side accounts yet since then. I think they both have 5 done. They have basically, as of today, they'll have every single 3-star and lower quest completed. The only things that they will not have completed are 3 of the 5-star quests. They did Lost and Found. They actually did it back when it was harder to do, which is kind of annoying because the requirement's actually way easier to do now compared to what it was before. But they ended up doing it when it was way easier to do. But overall, yeah, they only have 3 quests left to go do after today because we're going to do Spirit Essence twice over and try out the new boss. Or not new boss, but check out the new scaling that they did on new boss. Or on boss, but you know what I mean. But anyways, but yeah, the only 3 they don't have done is Branolf Inheritance, Forgotten Things, Battle of Fortune Hold, and of course every new one that's going to be added in the near future that we were just going over. But that's pretty much the game plan, is start catching them up with all those. They still don't have a post 200 skill either, which is really important to go get those. I think one of the biggest issues with what we did with it is I haven't really had the funds on the one Stonemason account to really get it up. And the other one just doesn't really have the supplies to end up doing it. So we're getting a lot of pre-200 EXP, which is kind of annoying. Luckily, our main account doesn't need to worry about that. We could train literally whatever we feel like and get the maximum amount of EXP for it since everything's post 200, which is really nice. So sometimes I'll be doing alchemy, sometimes I'll be doing bone right, sometimes I'll be doing mining, you know, just whatever. We can just AFK anything and know, oh yeah, we're getting pretty good EXP rate during it. Of course, we'll be keeping up with ventures. Next one is in 7 hours. This time keeps shifting around all over the place. But yeah, we still need to go do the COD rack grind. The main reason I haven't been doing that is so that our bank is a little bit more cleaner as far as the layout for it and everything. Oh, I just realized we're not going to have enough of these stews, or not enough. I'm going to actually have too many because for the first trip, I actually don't need a single stew. Because we're going to make a double trip here and go turn in all these, maybe with 1 century as well. Do we have enough for that? We have 11, so I can fit, yeah, I can fit 1 of them in there. So we'll probably go throw, I don't know, maybe the mana ray and save the double leak for later and just get 1 really big leak run later. But, yeah, we'll go do 2 chef runs real quick. I won't do the 3rd. We shouldn't be going that long today to need a 3rd. But, yeah, we'll do 1 where we set up these 3. We'll then do the other one where we do all these stews that we're about to go drop, which we need to make sure we get the actual right amount. Luckily, it's early enough that we should be fine in it. Honestly, I wish we would have gotten more cooking. I need to go AFK cooking. One thing I was actually doing is, of course, we have been playing Old School RuneScape again. If you're wondering why the number has gone down a little bit, that's one of the main reasons why. And as far as, I might even do a stream for it tomorrow. But one of the things with that is, actually, let me move this over a little. Actually, where do I even move this? Oh, no, I'll just move it here for now. But as far as an update on this, we, of course, still have hardcore status, as would be, well, hopefully expected. Hopefully we never die. But on the overview, since we've gotten membership again, we ended up finishing full Golden Castle Wars, like literally the whole set so you can wield it. Beyond that, as far as what we can't see here, is we end up doing a bunch of blast mining, or volcanic mine, actually. It's a mini game. I'm trying to get Dragon Pickaxe there. I've gotten literally every drop but the Dragon Pickaxe. I'm not over drop rate yet, but we're getting there. Then I did the new Duo Royal Titan. We streamed this once a couple months ago when it ended up coming out. We ended up doing a half Brighter Shores, half Old School RuneScape stream. I haven't done an Old School RuneScape stream only since like October, and I think I might do the first one tomorrow just to kind of get reacquainted with the game a little bit because we've been playing a little bit more again. But yeah, we were doing Volcanic Mine, which is a really dangerous mining activity, which a lot of hardcores actually skip, but I want to go finally get it logged because it did some changes to how def works in instances. It now saves you if you have a ring on, not this ring, but if you have the teleport crystal on, it will save you like in raids. So because of that, I actually went and did some raiding, and with it, I got the Light Bearer. This is basically a ring that makes your special attack go up twice as quick. I'm curious to see how Brighter Shores end up going and implementing special attack. But yeah, this basically makes it go twice as quick, and it's a really good ring. It's one of the most common items there, but it's a really good one. Then we finished out the Royal Titans, got the new staff, and then we got a Crush Helm from the new quest. It actually came out when Brighter Shores came out. This is literally on launch day of Brighter Shores. Like literally the day that Brighter Shores launched, this quest came out, and I literally just did it a week ago, even though it came out like 5 months ago. Because it came out literally on launch day of Brighter Shores, so I never got around to it, but I finally did it today. It's just basically a crush home. It's the second best crush home in the game, but it's really accessible compared to the other one that takes like literal hundreds of hours to grind for, whereas this took like an hour, not even. So it's pretty quick to go get. Blessed Spirit Shield, I killed Corporeal Beast for the first time. It came out in 2008. It's generally a boss that you have to mass, but we ended up doing it solo. And then Zulrah, we're like 4 times over drop rate for a drop, and I finally got one. Unfortunately, it was an Onyx, which is like the least useful thing you could possibly end up getting from that thing. But anyways, that's the full rundown there. Also, hello MK Jets, hello B, welcome, welcome, welcome. But yes, we are back. Technically, we never left. We've just been playing a lot less. Anyways, let me go and set this up. Move this over, move that over. Oh yeah, also we're back to woodcutting on the other account too. He's still on the woodcutting grind. still have not gotten it, by the way. I have still not gotten the, what you call it? The beaver pet. We're like 86 million XP in that game. Honestly, at this point, I just assume we're going to max level before we ever get it at this point. We're literally going to hit like 200 milli XP, which is like the equivalent of reaching 500 in this game before we end up getting that thing. Because gosh, we are never getting that thing at this rate. Alright, let me go and, why do I only have 1 XP pot? We're gonna need to go do this twice. Actually, I should probably go get a beefier XP pot too for the other one. Oh yeah, what am I running right now? I'm running the wrong one. Alright, let me go run this one, then we'll go run the 10% on the other one, then we'll go run the alt accounts on the quest that they need to go do. Alright, first things first, let me go make everything we need for this one. So I need these 3. So let me go get our double, get a double of these, and then I just need our leek. This is the other reason why I don't want the cod yet, because it gets in the way of my thing. I don't think I'm going to do the cod rack until we end up getting to like 261 chef. The problem with that is I need the Gennards. So I would have to stew only all the way till... When do we have to stop doing the one? I think at 251? Let me go double check. What is it? If I was 251... Well, let me see. Where's the thing I'm trying to get rid of? I'm trying to get rid of chicken and leek pie. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, that is really deep. I would need to get to 259 chef to get rid of it. Where we actually start needing the cod again. Ooh, that is really deep. Oh no, I guess we could start just AFKing it a bunch. Just start doing chef every single day, AFK for like 5 hours. Active AFK, not the actual AFK activity, you know what I mean. But, I should specify given how little we've been playing recently. But I mean like active AFK. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there we go. That should be everything we need for this. Then we go turn in this triple, and then we'll go and do all the stews then. And we should be good to go. Also, hello the Drew! Hello B! Who Vanessa hello to? What's your opinion on the latest Telvid? Did he post a video recently? Which one? The last one I saw from him was the Easter event one. But yeah, what did he go over in it? Because no, I have not. I have not seen anything on it. The last video I've seen from him was the Easter video. Oh yeah, by the way, I have gotten all the cosmetics on all 3 accounts, by the way. So we have gotten the bunny outfit on obviously our main account, but also all the other 2. So all 3 of our accounts are updated to have every single holiday event. He posted a video about the latest updates and progress. Interesting. Yeah, I was going to go and do a stream yesterday for it, but I was too busy to do it. I did literally see it the hour it was posted, but I didn't stream yesterday just because it was too busy at the time. So I was like, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. And I never did one for the other little mini update because it didn't really seem like it was relevant. However, we are testing something with the other update today in that they changed how some of the striping works. So we're going to see how that works on our 2 alt accounts because they are going to be utilizing that some because, yeah, they're going to be doing 2 new quests. Or not 2 new quests, but they're both going to be doing Spirit Essence, which is the final of the easy quests. Then they only have 3 5-star quests to go get done, as well as any new quests that they're going to be adding in the future, of which there are a lot of them, technically 7. Between Stonewall Hill and the 4 new side quests that they're going to be adding in the very near future. Also, I need more of these. I'm actually running really low on 10% pots. The main thing I'm waiting for is Cod Rack, so I really need to start pivoting to Chef. I need to start really going all in on training Chef, as we are so behind right now. If we do an old school RuneScape stream tomorrow, I think that's what we're going to do. The entire stream in the background. I probably won't have it on screen, but I'll be doing Brighter Shore Chef the entire time, trying to get that up. And going from there, because out of any priority we have right now, we really need to go get Chef up, as it's kind of bottlenecking our alchemy a little bit. And alchemy, one of the main things we want for that is 277. This gives the best cryopot in the game, which should be really relevant for whenever Boston comes out, or the first raid. Who knows? Maybe it's closer than we think it is, if they're already talking about it to some degree. So we're going to definitely need that for any hard piece of content that ever comes in the game, as that is the best boost potion for our class. And it's one of the main things I want from alchemy. That and the higher XP pots, but we're still a little ways away even after 277. But that's like the main next thing I really, really want to go get, is start working on that. Beyond that, I've been AFKing a lot of Chapter 3. Right now, we've been doing Bone Right recently, just because I'm trying to get it to Tier 5. To be able to start using it for Tier 5, I need 258. And that is what we are currently working towards as far as our main AFK. You may have seen earlier that we're AFK in Alchemy. The main reason for why we're doing Alchemy is mostly because it's close to the tasks right now. Because during the stream, I want to go get a bunch of bounties and then go do them occasionally, like what we're doing literally right now. However, beyond that, I've mostly been doing Bone Right, though. Whenever I'm going for like long period of times of not playing, I'm trying to get Bone Right up. Because I'm trying to get to 258. Still never got to 233 Stonemason, mostly because I've only been dumping knowledge into it. And mining, we need just to go manually do one day. We need to go really just hefty on the mining grind at some point. Not sure when I want to go get it done. But we need to get to 294, I believe it was. Yeah, so we can start doing Adathyro ore and go from there. Because right now we have to do a really weird loop that isn't ideal, but gives us a lot of material that we need. But hopefully we can finally get to Adathyro, and then this Camp Adathyro should be a lot simpler compared to what we're doing now. It's a lot more loopable. And unfortunately, it's a little far from a bank, though I think you can one-click it now with the new system. So maybe it's not that bad. Because you have to go from... I'm not sure if you can AFK that way. If you can, it's actually kind of huge. But the only problem is the 8 room, I don't think, is one-clickable. But right here is where you mine them. And over there is where you need to bank them. Yeah, I don't think you can one-click that. That's a little far. From there, you should be able to. Like, from the 2 vein, you should. I don't think you can from the 8 vein, though. So the AFK ability of it's a little bit worse because you always have to go for the 2 vein after. So there's, like, a certain section in it where it's a lot less AFK-able. Oh, will I even make this in time? I was going on the map and everything. Oh, no. Go, 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 go. We should be able to make it. We should be fine. Okay, I think we got it. Yeah, there we go. Anyways, let's go to AFK with this account. Actually, no. I need to go to the stews real quick. Let me go do all the stews. And then we'll go AFK with this account, go get everything we need, and go from there. These are all on the ground right now. I should probably go grab them. They're just sitting on the ground waiting for it to despawn. I did it because we already knew what we needed, but I didn't have the inventory or the bounties. I didn't have the bounty inventory nor the inventory. But now we do, so let me go grab them real quick, and then we'll go do this run, and then we'll go on the 2 alt accounts, where the main goal is going to be Spirit Essence. I don't have a guide up for it at the moment, so we'll flail around initially and just kind of see if we can get it. Because I have to say, out of any puzzle, I feel like that puzzle was the one that went the most over my head out of any that they've done so far. And I'm curious to see if we actually end up getting it this time around. Because the first time around, yeah, I completely failed at it. But I think the main thing that made me fail is I didn't realize it was already in correct order. So only needing to rotate them correctly makes it a lot easier. The biggest issue before is I started trying to figure out, like, oh, what order do they need to go in? But the order that they are in your inventory is already the order that you have to put them in. So with that knowledge, we should be able to do it a bit better trying to figure it out. So we're going to try to do it guideless initially. See if we can get the puzzle this time around. And if not, we'll just look up a guide. Well, we'll try to do the puzzle guideless, because out of any puzzle in the entire game, this is the only one that really tripped us up. Every other one was really straightforward compared to this one. But with our new strategy of just put them in, we should be okay. As if we only need to know what their rotation is and not their location and rotation, then it should be a lot easier, as we only have to solve for rotation. Whereas before I thought we had to do location and rotation. I'll find out when we get there. There's also a boss fight at the end, and I want to see how it scales on the new accounts. The 2 new accounts, I believe, are at level 124, which of course is pretty low. Our main's at, what, 880 right now? Trying to get to 1,000 eventually. Oh, wrong person. That's not Ella. Alright, let me go teleport back once we go turn these 2 in. And then we'll go get ourselves to the Alchemy AFK. And then go and pivot over to the 2 alt accounts. Which is going to be the main bulk of what we're playing today, by the way. The main thing I'm waiting on, by the way, if you guys are wondering why we're playing so much less, the main thing I'm waiting on is the second combat rework, I would say. Obviously, when new quests come out, we'll do that on all 3 accounts and work on stuff like that. However, which is one of the reasons why I want to try catching up the accounts right now, is one of the reasons I'm pivoting into all quests, is I want to have all quests done, so whenever a new quest comes out, on all 3 accounts, we can just full prioritize it. Also, I am going way past my destination. But if they're quest pivoting, I guess we'll also quest pivot, which is something we can't really do on the main account because it is good to go for any quest. We can stop playing, honestly, for the next, like, half a year. And not counting Stonewall Hill, we are ready for, like, every quest that's going to come up in that entire duration. But no, we've still been playing every day. I've still been maintaining dailies, still been playing on the accounts. Mostly on the 2 alts more so, but still been playing on them all. But, you know, getting post 200 all, I definitely have to say, has slowed things down a little bit as far as motivation to keep going. More than I thought it would. Mostly because every single goal we ever have to do is just so far away from each other. And, yeah, it's been making a lot more fun for when we do play going on the 2 alts. Because obviously they get progress so absurdly quick compared to what our main account can otherwise do. Alright, there we go. Anyways, with that being said, let's go check in on one of them. We'll do this one first because I believe its AFK is ready to go. So let me go do this one first. Yep, it should be depleted. And that is our level. No worries, it was only here for like 40 minutes. So it didn't waste that much. And now we have a new AFK activity. So normally we would go bring this person right over here and start having them do this. I'll do it once for the first time bonus, I guess. But yeah, it's almost at post 200. The problem is, though, if we go check our money, look at how little money we have right now. We are at 188 silver. This thing is dirt poor. It keeps having to burn all of its money to do the passives. And the biggest scary part is going from 195 to 206. I'm not sure how we're going to do this. We're going to probably have to do it by actually making stuff or something. Because we're going to burn so much money otherwise that we're probably going to have to make this 193 item over and over and over again to have any chance of actually being able to do it. Which is kind of unfortunate, but that's probably going to be the only way we can end up getting it done. Okay, let's go head over here. And let's go sell out all of our thingies. And then we'll go do all of the 2 sets of quests. And we should be good to go. So, of course, the main goal for... Oh, we need to go do our daily soon, too. Nice. I have been pivoting him over to fishing daily. The main reason for this is because all the new quests coming out in Hopeport. I figured there's probably going to be one that has a pretty high fishing requirement, so I've been having them do the fishing ventures. I might be pivoting them to mining detective soon once they get the detective venture. However, to get the detective venture, they do need 43 detective. However, this quest does give you a lot. I believe this quest ends up giving you 31 to 34, last I recall. So that's not all the way to 43 that we need. We're still going to be 10 levels short, but it definitely helps out a lot, if nothing else. Anyways, where are we going? Main goal right now. Where do you start Spirit Essence? I think you just start in the main hall, right? I haven't done this quest since like week 1 of the game, or week 2, whatever it was. I can start this quest by talking to Captain Walton, and Walton's off. Okay, yeah, that's the main hub area thingy. All right, let's go head over there. But yeah, this is the first quest that we've really done since the new system, pretty much. As the 2 other ones, I think we did beforehand, technically. We were doing it in the beta, but we didn't actually like do it after all the changes they made. So this is the first time we're ever actually fully doing a quest with a boss fight since the rework. So I'm curious to see how it works level-wise and everything like that. Of course, we also have all of our gear already ready to go, even though it doesn't look like we're wielding most of it. We do have it. As we mentioned before, we do have all the cosmetics. This one actually has perfect one of everything, too. It looks so clean. Look at this. Exactly one of all of them. The other one has a little bit too many hats. I think it has like 3 spears. But look at this. Perfectly clean one of each. And of course, it has finished all of the bunny ones and everything as well. Even though we're not wearing it at the moment, because they don't have a pink one to go with the thing. I was trying a couple of them, but they weren't really working out compared to the robe we're currently wielding, so we're just going with the robe. Anyways, let's go do this quest. I'm not sure if you need binoculars for it, because you do unlock it at 31. I don't believe there is an instance where you use it, but I should probably go buy it, because he loves doing quest requirements that have, like, exactly at the level range of something. So just in case you do need binoculars for this quest, let me go grab it with the last of our funds. Pretty much 0 right now. Alright, let's go do this quest. I hope this quest gives you a gold at the end, because gosh, this account is so dirt poor. Alright, how can I help you? Let's see, do you have any work for me? Alright, I think we have to investigate a bunch of broken areas around town. That is not the right quest. Spirit Essence. Captain Walton asked me to investigate some burglaries at Amelia's hallway and the other one. Okay, let me go all the way south first and do that one. Oh, I forgot. We don't have any of the shortcuts. We gotta take the scenic route, don't we? We don't have the level 51 shortcut for the other thing. Actually, I haven't even been down the road yet because there's no point because we don't have the shortcut, so no reason to really go down that way. So the Farragon Barnacle, we'll do that one first and then we'll go telly over to the other one then. And then we should just be able to walk right back into town and be good to go. But yeah, there's just a broken thing here. I think we have to go to this place too after this as well. There was something broken over in that area. Have to talk to some person. Then we have to do some really long puzzle thingy. Well, not really that long, but we then have a puzzle house thing. And then the boss fight is the main thing I'm really want to see how that ends up panning out. All the way at the end of this quest. Our weapon's pretty weak. I ended up just buying it from the shop. We're currently wielding this. Actually, it's not too bad. It's got a really low roll, but it shouldn't really matter. But yeah, we're using a 120 Great Stone Mace. It's not the worst weapon you could be doing with this class, so could be worse. I'm pretty sure the thing is neutral to everything. Strange Substance. Do I just have to look at it? Do I not need to do more than that? Right, there we go. A mirror was stolen from the Frog and Barnacle, but Tamber Stubelman wasn't able to provide me with more useful info. Okay, let me go to Hemelia, because I know we had to do quite a bit with Hemelia during this quest. So let's go head over there. Also, oddly enough, this is the only quest that ends up using Detective. I am really surprised they haven't utilized that more. I feel like Detective's the perfect skill to go make quests out of. And of all the new quests, they don't have a single one coming in for Chapter 4. There's a new one coming in for every chapter, including 5, technically. Except for Chapter 4. Chapter 4 is the only one. Oh yeah, that's another thing. It has made me unpivot from doing Merchant, by the way, on the main account. I don't think Bricks and Tiles are coming in anytime soon. They're probably coming in before Chapter 5. But I'm not too worried about getting every account to Brick and Tiles, which for the alt accounts would need to get 43 Merchant, and for the main account would need to get 253. But I'm not too worried about that because, yeah, if there's not another quest coming in for that, then, yeah, I probably don't need to worry about it for a while then. Probably don't need to worry about it for a good while. So we're more so pivoting on, I'd still say production on the main account. Still trying to get alchemy up, still trying to get bone right up. Everything like that in that kind of category. Alright, let's go talk to you. Blah, blah, blah. Nice house. I'm here for the recent burglary. The Chandelabra. Strange thing. Alright. Oh, what else do we need? At least one of the stolen items might have been purchased from Linnea's. Okay, this is when we have to go to Linnea's Curiosities. Okay, I knew we had to come here. And after this, I believe we have to go back to the main area and then to the house. My recollection of this quest is very, very slim, as we have done it once, like the week the game launched. Like 5 months ago. But this quest you should always do the second you have 31 Detective on any account. If you guys haven't done it yet, if you're doing the Detective grind or still need to do it, this quest 100% needs to be the first thing you do the second you hit 31 Detective. As it gets you all the way from 31 to 34. Skips like 3.5 levels instantly. It's so nice. Gets you really close to be able to spotting thieves at 37. Because, of course, the raid dens are quite a bit nerfed compared to before. Especially if your combat level is really high. So you kind of have to prioritize a lot of those side ones now. Though these things have a low enough combat level that, honestly, the raid dens haven't been that much nerfed. They have been nerfed, but not to a degree that's been too bad. Alright, you have a billion things here. Did you sell a mirror? Alright, that didn't help. Did you sell the other thing? That didn't help. Wait, what? Huh. Do you have another talk option that is related to this quest? Huh. I'm confused. At least one of the stolen items. Oh, I had to go look at the door. Really? Can I question him on the door now? Yeah, you notice the damaged door, I see. I see the problem here. Alright, we got the thing to get into the thing. Alright, let's go head over there now. This unlocks the safe spot for killing, the thingies. Actually, I don't have a ranged weapon to show the safe spot. But it does unlock us a safe spot. But yeah, I'm not sure if it's a feature or a bug. But you can fight the bugs in this room over here that we don't currently have unlocked behind the fence. Normally you can't get behind the fence, but one of the biggest rewards from this quest is the ability to go behind it, which allows you to be able to safe spot the wasps. And if they ever add infinite ammo with skill tree and everything, that should be a pretty good training spot, since you will never get attacked by them. And worst comes to worst, you can always gain advantage on them by just doing range, as you normally would. Even in current state of game, you can still poke them 4 times. It's still pretty hefty amount of damage compared to only being able to do them about twice. Because they move pretty quick. But yeah, it's pretty much the only real reward from this quest other than the detective XP. And I'm hoping a bunch of silver. I'm not sure if this quest does give you silver. I sure hope it does. But yeah, we use this right over here. Normally you wouldn't be able to get beyond this gate. But this quest gives you access to beyond the gates. And if that wasp could just stay there for a second. No, come back! Come back, wasp! I was gonna whack you. I don't have a ranged weapon. But yeah, you can safe spot them over here. And then range them. I don't have a ranged weapon to show it, though. But you could throw 4 range attacks here, throw down heal, anything you want. But you can safe spot them. But yeah, and it only requires partial completion of this quest. So you don't even need full completion either. Alright. Oh, there should be a bunch of interactable things here. We're looking for a bunch of puzzle pieces. I think we need 6 of them. Alright, we got 3. We have 5. Okay, we're only missing 1, unless there's already 1 in the thing. Oh, that's a chair. Okay, is there anything over here I can interact with? Oh, good, good. There's already 1 in there. Okay, I'm going to put them in order. This is something we didn't do last time. Okay, now let's figure out how we have to do this. So if that's the case, so we just need to turn this. Turn this. But yeah, let's see if we can get this. Because last time we got really puzzled by this. But the thing we didn't know is that you could just keep them in order. Okay, so that's going to have to be turn over there. Oh, but then that's not going to... I know, we can go check. That doesn't seem correct, though. Yeah, we got a problem. What if this was on the other side, then? But then I can't touch on the other thing. Can we... What if both of these are just wrong? What if I have you like that? And turn you like that? Is that not correct? This double yellow in the middle seems kind of off. I don't know, how else can we turn the other thing then? Because I can't turn that one there, otherwise it's touching. Does that count? And then turn you... like, into it? But then you have that weirdness. I might just have to find a solve. Let's see. I still feel like what we had before was kind of right with it, though. There's no way you can get the red aligned on this. So this has to go to the corner. The problem is it has, like, weird green here. What happens if I move the green into it? And just keep that in the corner? But then have that like that. And then you turn clockwise here. What still looks like it's really off. I don't know, seems fine. I might have to go look up the answer. We've gotten stumped twice by this puzzle. Let's see, is there any way I can get the red to touch it, but the yellow to touch the other thing? Like that. But then this yellow's in the middle of nowhere. What if we do it like, And then what if I get the other one over there? That is touch, right? Oh, but then you have green in the middle of nowhere. This one's the main one throwing me off. It feels like it should be at the bottom or something. Maybe it's not in correct order by default. Alright, let me just go look this up. We've gotten stumped by this puzzle twice. Alright, web browser. Where in her earth is, nope, not that one. Where is Spirit Essence? Spirit Essence. Alright, let's go find a cheat sheet. Alright, where's this puzzle? Yeah, they weren't in correct order. I put them in the way that they were. And that was not correct. Weird. Okay. Because I could have sworn someone said that last time when we were doing it. That the default order of them was the way that they went in. Oh, I see. Wait, maybe it is. It's just the default order of these is not correct then. Oh, wait. That might actually be correct. You just have to take them all out first. Yeah, the way that they are in here is the way that you put them in. Okay, I see what they meant by that now. The order that they show up here is the order you need to put them in. Not the order that they were in here. That is correct, right? Boom, 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 boom. Yep, okay, okay. Now let's see if we can solve it now. Alright. Though at this point, I might as well just check the cheat sheet. But I don't know. I still want to kind of try to see if we can solve it now. So this is going to have to go... So we definitely got to get the red against the wall. So let me start doing it from there. So that means green has to touch you. Which means green has to touch you. Which means green has to touch you. And then red has to touch you. And then yellow has to touch you. Yeah, that is so much easier if you have them in the right order. Yep, there we go. Yeah, the puzzle is so easy if you put them in correctly. The problem is putting them in correctly. But yeah, that is so free if you could just put them in correctly. If the only part of that puzzle was rotating it, that'd be like a 1-minute puzzle. The problem is when you put them in the wrong spot and don't realize that they're in the wrong spot. Alright, why am I in here? Investigating the hall to discover what you could find, items which organized, blah, blah. I found journal. Read it. Alright, Spirit Essence, blah, blah, blah. You read the journal. You learned that 8 items contain the essence of an evil spirit. Is someone trying to gather all of these items? Have others been reported as stolen to Captain Walton? I know the stuffed tree cat, the mirror, blah, blah, blah. I have the portrait. The antlers, paperweight, and chandelier are unaccounted for. Okay, let me go all the way back then. Let's go all the way to the telly and go back into the main town. Because it seems like I have to go talk to him. Because I believe the rest of these items were at the boss fight. Which I think we're heading to next. I'm actually not sure. But it should be pretty soon. See how horribly that goes. I don't have that many heals either. I should probably grab some better equipment. Our equipment right now is pretty low right now. I have 3 heals and a boost potion that doesn't work on my current weapon. Worst comes to worst, we could always go make one real quick. We do have stonemason level of 161. So we are way beyond the level of which we need to go make the items we need. The problem is the amount of money we have is the main limitation factor. More so than anything. Up, cutscene. But I can't wait till we get more quests in this game. Hope the next one's gonna come really soon. Felt like I was supposed to be here like every day for the last month, but soon. Alright, where are we going? Spirit Essence. Captain Walton requested I stash the portrait and the thing in the right side is safe in the box guard's archive. Oh, right hand safe. Oh, I never figured out. How do you figure out this code? Is this something I actually looked up last time, too? I don't understand where you get this code from, though it's probably from me spam clicking everything. He probably said it in some of the dialogues. It's 1077. 07. Oh, so he sure loves his lockboxes and quests. Alright, there we go. You stashed portraits with Captain Walton, looked into missing items. Okay. Are we gonna give us the location now? Can't remember if it's locked or we need to come back for a key or not. Merchants Guild may have some info on the item. Because I could have sworn we have to go back for a key at some point. I'm not sure if we can just go there. Or maybe I was just thinking of the boss destroying us at the time. Because we were pretty low level, because this was before striping. And I'm pretty sure I was like a level 25 or something trying to kill like the level 30 something boss. So we'll see how it works now. I'm not sure if I'm going to be under leveled compared to it, over leveled, or what the situation's going to be. That's not what I want. That's also not what I want. We'll get there eventually. What's with the notice board? No, that's not right either. Wait, didn't they say Merchants Guild? Or was it someone in the Merchants Guild? Never mind. There's someone in the Merchants Guild, not the Merchant Guild leader. We got a bystander over here. You'd like to do some trading. I'm tracking down some items. Thank you. Let's see. Council office. Who? Where? Why? Oh. Yeah, that's, I've never won here yet. This is where you change your name. We never changed his name, though. We got Bird. Nice, 69. Never actually walked in this room yet. Oh, now we have. Who do I need to talk to here? Baldwin tells me that the metal crate was sold to the council office. Did you get a metal grate? Did you get a metal grate? Oh, requires me to get form 391D from Cap. Really? I need a search warrant. Let's go get the search warrant. That's funny though. I find it really funny because in this other game, you cause so much chaos that you're pretty much like the main antagonist of the storyline. And that if you literally do no quests, the world would be in a better place than if you started doing any quests at all, because you just cause so much chaos. But I feel like this game's been quite a bit the other way around. We've actually been solving issues a lot of times. We haven't been just completely destroying the world with every quest we do. We've actually been helping. I find it funny how legal we're going with this. We're literally getting a search warrant. There we go. Okay, now we can go back. Nice. Okay, this is where you get the key. Okay, this was the key I was thinking of. Alright, we're just gonna walk there. Oh yeah, we don't have the shortcut. Never mind, I'm telling. Wait, I forgot. I was gonna say, I'm just gonna walk through there, but yeah, you can't do that till 83 Detective. I'm not sure if we're doing an 83 Detective pivot at any point on these accounts, especially since we know we're not getting a 6-star quest yet for Chapter 4. If we were, I probably would. But technically, if we want to really start Merchant, we want to have 83 Detective before we do, so we have every shortcut. 83 Detective takes a while. Like, that's not a short grind. Especially after the nerf raid dens and everything. It's going to take a long while to get, especially if you want to do it only through raid den. While I'm here, let's see if I have any gear upgrades. I might need it. I got a glove upgrade if I want it. It's a little pricey, though. It is quite a bit of an upgrade. Honestly, everything is pretty big of an upgrade. Let's go get geared. If we have any upgrades here, we're going to go buy some. We're going to spend every last cent we have getting some gear. I need a range weapon. This will be our new range weapon. I don't think we currently have any. These would be our new gloves. Not enough money. Okay, what if I sold my old gloves? We are so poor right now. That's been a reoccurring issue with this account over and over again. How much money do I have left? I have 54. Okay, I need more. Do I have any one random item I can sell? I do have a bunch of 3-star stuff. Okay, wait. Okay, I don't need this helm anymore, I don't think. We don't need these. We can get rid of that old outfit. Get rid of this. Okay, huge. Got a lot of cells here. Alright, we have scrapped together some money. Money procured. Alright, there we go. Nice. Alright, let's go get our gear now. Alright, I need one of you. Alright, anything else we can upgrade? Body's 106, so I kind of want to keep it cosmetically. Helm is probably an upgrade if we have one here. Honestly, everything is if there's a 1-star. So everything but glove if it's a 1-star. Everything but glove. Yep, you. Shield? How's our shield looking? We're technically not using a shield during this fight, though. Well, I guess technically while using that. Why are these both such a low roll, though? Only 31%? They're both buffed from the shop. Can you only roll low rolls here? Why is everything so low? Why is this a bug? Every single thing here is a 31% roll. Oh no, that's a 40%. Weird. Anyways, let me go grab some equipment here. Grab one of you. Grab one of you. Anything else? Anything else? Helm is an upgrade. Not sure which one. I'm not sure what it hits with. I think it uses fire and physical. Maybe it's just fire. Do you have better fire resist? You do. Alright, we'll grab the hood then. Alright, these should all be upgrades. Yep. Upgrade, side grade. Upgrade. Upgrade. Okay, we should be good to go. Only thing we're probably gonna need more of is healing potions. Alright, is that everything geared up? Let's see. Don't need a one-hand weapon, that's fine. Everything but our body's upgraded, but I want to keep this cosmetically. Plus, they're not even selling a better one either. It's not even... Oh, yeah, shield, I guess. I don't know. We're not really using it much. It's a little pricey, but I guess we'll grab it. It's better than nothing, I guess. Because we literally have no shield equipped right now. Alright, that's everything. No amulet, no cape. Alright, should be good to go. Alright, let's go do the fight. See how undergeared we are. Or who knows, maybe we're overgeared. About to find out. Let's see, let's go get our tab up. Let's see. That's what our gear looks like right now, since there's not one tab to look at all. But as our current gear situation. At level 124, fighting a level, I have no clue what. Because we used to know in the past, but with all this new striping system and everything, I have not the slightest clue what we're walking into right now. Level-wise. Could be super over-leveled compared to where we are, could be under-leveled. And I only have 3 heal pots, which is probably not enough, unless it's really under-leveled. But we'll find out. I never even went over here yet. Which makes sense, because you only really need it for the quests. Those things are weak to Necromay if I want to go kill it real quick. Oh no, never mind, they're immune to Necromay, they're weak to green. Oh yeah, this guy better not be immune to Necromay, by the way. Every weapon I have is like Necromay. I'm pretty sure it's neutral to everything. If it's immune to anything, it's probably immune to fire, because I believe every ability it has is like a fire ability. Alright, let's go do this. So are we under or over leveled? Because the other account's gonna have to deal with it as well. Okay, we're over leveled. Huge. Alright, we have a chance. We're over leveled. Oh no, he's immune to Necromay though! Oh, plot twist. He's immune to Necromay! And all my weapons are Necromay! Oh no. The plot twist that makes this a fair fight. We're using double Necromay weapon against something immune to Necromay. Oh, that just made this fight way fairer. Even though we are over leveled right now. There's like a third of our hits are gonna do no damage to him. Ah, this is not good. I wonder if punching him is going to be better at this point. We just hit like 4 zeros in a row. Hello, Yusef. Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. This might be bad. His immune to Necromay is horrifically bad given our weapon situation. It can't possibly be worse. We have no weapon that isn't Necromay. We should be fine though. We are like 40, 50 levels over leveled. We're like exactly 30 levels over leveled right now. Balanced only by the fact that we're using very much the worst weapons we could be on this guy. That does look like we're still gonna kill him. But only one heal pot too. It should be even easier for the other account because you shouldn't be using a Necromay weapon. I believe my current main hand's a fire weapon. And he's not immune to fire, which I thought he was originally. But apparently he's immune to Necromay. Alright, just in case, I'm gonna safety heal. I was waiting for an attack, but he doesn't want to attack me for some reason. Yeah, punching is not going to be worth it. It's better to just take these null hits with a better weapon. Alright, there we go. One down. Alright, well, you just got to collect everything. Easiest way to tell is, have we filled up every item or not? Yeah, there should be the last one. Because I don't think you can move the mirror. And you can't move the other thing that's on the ground there. Which I come back for later. Yep, can't move that, can't move that. Okay, let's go tell you back. I believe that is quest completed. I hope you get money for this because, gosh, this account is so dirt poor right now. Even if this quest gave like 100 silver, we're loaded. Compared to our current 174. But yeah, that means the boss fight should be a lot easier on the other account. Since I believe they're both the same level, and obviously we won't be running a double Necromay weapon on the next time around. I believe our current weapon is a 119 fire two-hand, which is not the greatest weapon for Guardian, but it'll get the job done. It'll be better than what we were using. Oh yeah, we still never quit Brighter Shores. I know we've been streaming it a lot less. Just because we've kind of been waiting for content and everything. Oh, that's the next place where we need to start thieving stuff. But, yeah, we've still been playing every day. I haven't been streaming it as much. Just kind of waiting until they do the combat reworks, probably the biggest thing. Oh, I gotta go do the daily in 19 minutes. Gotta go remember that. Maybe I'll go grind the rest of the time. Wait, is the quest not completed? Did I forget something? We're taking these items, carry, blah, 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 back to Captain so that he can... Oh, do I need to hand them to him one at a time, really? Forgot about that. Is that really how this quest completes? There's not like a check all to go and do it. Gotta hand them one at a time. Alright, quest complete. Yep, there we go. Oh, that's a lot of combat XP. And yep, there's our 34.5. Let's see, how many combat levels did we gain? We gained 1 1/4. Not too bad, 125. Oh, we got forensics, which we will never do. Oh, we got a new combat AFK as well. Goblin. Actually, technically that's a new enemy to go fight. Okay, well, let's go burn 20 or 17 minutes or 18, whatever this is, on this account, I guess. I don't know, what do I currently need to be training on this? I guess technically detective. Do like both these 2 investigations real quick. And just start doing a couple investigations, maybe throw a little bit of merchant in there if we can get some. Actually, what are my bounties right now? Okay, good, I have none. That'll work out then. Alright, let me go do these. Got a little bit more detective since we're kind of on a detective streak right now. How far is Gate Guard's Archive? No, I just moved! Oh, you have to pass action again every time. Pass action. Because I got refreshed with the old ones. That would have been a good one. Alright, this one's pretty free too. Let me do this one. Guard's Archive, view details. Blah, 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 blah. Who gave me this? Libby. We're looking for Libby. And then Goose in 1. So we're looking for Suit Stain with something else. Should be easy enough. Grab over here, go over there, talk to person. Actually, never mind. We don't need the witnesses either. I forgot. We're not at the point where we even get witnesses yet. It's only a 2-stepper too. Do I believe they do start becoming 3-stepper at 28, which is the next one we have to go do immediately. But claim this for the first time bonus. Get everything from that. Grab this. Boom, boom, boom. Get in, get out. Head right back. But yeah, we got to go burn 16 minutes, it looks like. So I'll go do that so we can go get the daily in. And then we'll go head over to the other account and go do this quest again. If I try getting a detective level or 2, I need to try getting it up so we can start using all the better shortcuts for when we want to go do merchant, which is really good knowledge points, which are, the main reason I want that, I might start pivoting them a little bit to 83 detective, because once they get to 200 in their main skill, they're going to need 4 points at a time, and the quickest way to go get them 4 points is to go do merchant. Anyways, what are we looking for? We were looking for Suit Stain named Nat, which is you, right? No, that's a dirt stain. Suit Stain. Nat with a blue ink. Never mind. I was right the first time. Nat with a Suit Stain. That would be you. Alright, now we can do one at our level range. So this should be a level 34. Oh no, this is still a 28. Oh no, never mind. Yes, right. Goose Inn, Archive, Kynet's Hall. We'll take this one. Why not? Guards Archive. What are we looking for here? View details. We are looking for a Nora. Nora should be right over here. Goose Inn 2 is pretty free. Kynet's Hall is a little bit annoying. Oh yeah, we do have a new detective spot that we can start getting as well. Now that we got this, we can start getting the one all the way in top right corner, which is not the worst area. If you can get some synergy here, it's worth a lot, and you don't have to go as far. When you only have to do 1 there, it's kind of annoying though, when it drags you to go do 1 all the way in the middle of nowhere. I just realized I've never been to the chef place yet. There's so many rooms both these accounts have not been in yet. Though a lot of them got unlocked when we were getting the golden outfits and everything. Or we're getting like the bunny outfit and everything. Alright, let me go and... no, it's not what I want. Gosh, I hate this chair. I wish this chair was over by the window or something else. Because the amount of times I've clicked on that chair trying to click this step is so many. At least like 50 times I've clicked on that chair when I meant to investigate the Goose Inn 2 location. And just to double check, Kynet's Hall. Yeah, it's the one all the way up there. It's pretty much 1 away from Fountain. And then we just telly back and go from there. I was like, maybe we'll even throw a little bit of merchant in there. See if we can get some merchant runs going with the little bit of limited bit that we're going to be doing. Because I don't have any potion on me, so we can get 4 sets as well. Since I'm not using a boost potion, because this account cannot afford a boost potion at all. I think they're like 3 silver each. You'd burn through that in no time at all. Now, in all fairness, this is making money, so I guess you could use the money from the activity to fund into the thing. But I'd rather put it into Stonemason. But yeah, it feels weird being on a low-level account because you gain levels so quickly. I'm so used to the main now where it takes like an hour or 2 to gain a level. And then this account is like, oh yeah, level. Like just that quest alone was 4 levels. 1 for combat and 3.5 for detective. Alright, let's see if we have anything good for merchant. You have to keep in mind, we have almost no shortcuts though. I'm missing the 51 shortcut and I'm missing the 83 shortcut. The 83 shortcut being the most annoying one not having. I'm trying to think of what kind of synergies we might get here. For now, I'm just gonna take a lot of it, I think. Just do it as we go. We can always abandon everything if we really need to. It's not that big a deal. Now let's go grab our meat, then we'll go head over there. Hand it in as we go head over. And if we can get any of these, we'll go do them, but don't go too far out of our way for them. Alright, grab 1 set of meat. Honestly, I do need to start getting my main accounts merchant up a little bit more. Still need 253 in case they ever do brick and tiles. I know it doesn't seem like they'll do it for a while, but I feel like it will be before Stonewall Hill. And I still need to go get the rest. I think I'm at 247 right now. Pretty much 248. It's like a few XP away. Which means I would need to go get 5 levels then in merchant post 200. Which doesn't take that long. It takes like 5 hours. But the way I would be doing is I'd be doing it while doing detective. So it would take closer to like 15, 20 hours. Because I won't be focusing just on merchant. I'd be doing detective focus while getting free merchant. Kind of like what we're doing now. Also, I just went right past the area I was supposed to go, didn't I? Anyways, what are we looking for? We're looking for wooden toggle buttons, blue here, Ranon. Wooden toggle buttons, blue here, Ranon. Wooden toggle buttons, blue here, Ranon. That would be you. First time bonus, a lot of XP, a little bit of gold. Oh yeah, how much are we being paid each? Only 10 silver each. Not bad or nothing. Goose Inn, Pier 1, Council Office. Okay, I kind of need to go there anyway, so that kind of works out. Pier 1's, I don't think we've actually been to on this account yet. But I need it for Doll. Oh, we could also turn in Platewell over there if we really wanted to. Ooh, you know what? Let's go a little bit of variety here. We're gonna take a scenic route. We're gonna take the scenic route. Let's see. What else am I missing here? I need plate and I need rib. And at least one of those will get turned in before we head over there. Because I don't have the shortcut, so we need to go down this road anyway, so it kind of works out. This is one of the few situations where it's actually quicker taking this road compared to the shortcut. Because if you have to go by plates and go south, it's actually slightly quicker to go down Zombie Road. Because we don't have the shortcut right north of there. Alright, so we came down here only for Pier 1 and then we teleport back up. But we also get to turn in 2 items and buy an item we need. So we get a lot of value while we're in the area. Now we got to burn another 10 minutes, then we can go to the other account. Alright, trade with you, have your plates. Then we go buy, what do we need? We need to buy Doll and then head to Pier 1, which we have actually not unlocked yet. Oh, we can't get a extra witness here. Normally, once you have witness, you can actually go check this person and it's way closer to this clue. But since we don't have witnesses yet, we have to go all the way to the long one. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, where are we going? I need to go to Council Office, then we go head to Goose Inn. We could head in the beef joint along the way. Oh yeah, we could also turn in ribs along the way. We'll be able to turn in pretty much everything then. Oh, where am I going? I keep forgetting, we don't have witnesses. I forget what level you unlock it at. But whatever level it is, we don't currently have it. Alright, turn in rib here, then we gotta turn in the other thing on the way there, go to Goose. And then we can actually go turn in the detective thing we wanted. But yeah, I love Detective Merchant so much. Doing Merchant only, or Detective only, isn't as good. But both of them to combine together is probably my favorite activity in the whole game. What are we looking for? We are looking for brown trouser Sam with square green button. Brown trouser Sam green button. Brown trouser Sam with green button. Brown trouser Sam with green button. Technically green square, but I don't think they do double different. Oh, the City Dies, Pier 1, Kynet's Hall, City Dies, Guards Archive, Hellfire's Gate. This has double synergy. So we'll go to this one. Hey, when are we going to turn in this doll? I'm not sure if this early on, if it ever makes you go to Garden or not. Because since I don't have the shortcut, I don't have any way to get there unless it tells me to go to Garden. Which means I might have to go all the way out of my way just to go turn this in. Which I might go do right now then. Because I don't think there's any alternative other than going all the way around. This will be the last one we do. I think we can go and do a little bit of chef while we're over there, since we haven't checked our bounties. Which reminds me, we should probably go check the bounties on the main account once we go transition. And then go transition to the other account then. But yeah, after this stream, how many will that be then? We're going to have 21 out of 27 quests completed. But only 6 quests not completed. And of course, this is working towards one of the goals we have too. This account does eventually need 50 merchant. Even though it doesn't have a new like quest coming out for Chapter 4 that we currently know of. You do need 50 merchant for a currently already existing one. Or sorry, you need 55 merchant. It's 50 leatherworker. Leatherworker is going to be annoying. I'm not sure how I go about that. To be able to get the discount for 50 leatherworker, which this account desperately needs because it's so dirt poor. This will want to sell all the hides back. But to get the discount, like, let's see. To be able to get the best XP rate the entire time, you need moderate bison leather. To be able to obtain moderate bison leather, you need 82 merchant. That is so high. That is so absurdly high. Oh, we got a new stakeout thing. Let me go grab that, I guess. There we go. Oh, did I ever grab the binoculars? I think I did. Alright, let's go. What am I looking for now? It's like Pure 1 and Dyes. And this will be the last set that we do for them then. And then we'll go telly over, do a little bit of chefing, and then we can go get our double boost with the 5%. And get our chef runs energized in. And then the only other thing we need then is Pure 1. Oh yeah, luckily we don't have to ever do combat ones yet either. That's not until way later. So we never need to go down those roads or any other weird location like that. All the really annoying ones where you need fear for. Alright, we're not going to grab any more bounties because the thing's pretty much ready. If we grab any bounties, it's going to be a chef bounty. But there we go. We got to clean up the rest of our level, it looks like, because there should be enough XP, right? 1.9k. Watch, it's going to be slightly short, isn't it? How much more XP do I need? Or how much XP do I get from this? Oh, no, I get enough. Perfect. Yeah, that'll go get us, so we got 4 detective levels from this then. That's not bad. Honestly, we might do the same thing on the other one, because I like to keep both these accounts a little bit even. They do have some discrepancies between the two, but I like to keep them as even as we possibly can. Just so I kind of know where both of them are, so whenever we have one goal for one, the other one just is the same goal. Which is why a lot of the times whenever we do these side accounts, we're doing the same thing on both of them, generally. Alright, what are we looking for? We're looking for blue ink stain, red trouser, blowpipe. That would be you. Blue ink stain, red trouser, blowpipe. Alright, now we go to chapter 1. Another level down. And we got 3 minutes to go kill. Which is pretty much just go check chef bounties and grab a 5% pot for it. With our very limited cash. Let's see, how much do we have right now? I don't think the quest gave us any. We're at 219 silver. Luckily, the current AFK we have for Stonemason does make money. But then we're going to burn it all again for at 165. And then we make a little bit at 171, and then we hit a wall. Yeah, this thing, trading, this account needs trading so badly. The amount of time that this account has absolute zero money is so often. Like, absurdly so. Alright, let's go make 10 bacon sandwich real quick. Because unfortunately, we do not have access to stew yet. In which case, we will be doing stew once we do. But we currently do not, which is very unfortunate. Neither of them have access to stew. But if I really want to go do stew, I should be doing stew on the main account. Because I got a stew for like 30 post 200 levels. If not more. Alright, we got 2 minutes. Hopefully we have some bounties that go down that way. And then we'll bring this to the Stonemason AFK, go check our main account for the bounty board, and then go do the same thing on the other account. Who is absolutely loaded, by the way. I think he has like 5 gold right now. Because Bonerite just profits the entire way down. It's so nice. Unlike this account that always has to deal with 0 cash. The other one has more money than it ever knows what to do with. Which means whatever I pivot the other account into, assuming trading's not out by then, though it definitely should be. There's no way it's not out by September. If we don't have trading by September, we got a problem. There's a very severe problem if somehow we have 500 Bonerite before we have, on the alt account, before trading gets released. That is exceedingly problematic on the progress that they have been doing. The rate at which. Alright, what do we have here? Good. I did get one of these. That's what I was hoping for. So we'll go turn that one in real quick. Was there anything else there that was not a bacon sandwich that was good? Not really. Alright. Make sure I have the right number. Okay, I just need to sell 2, it looks like. Let's go turn this in right now. And then we should be able to go do the daily. Yeah, I should be able to just boost right now and just walk all the way over there. Should be able to make it in time. And then we bring it to the AFK. And this... oh no, this won't be a fishing level. I keep forgetting. These aren't like oysters where it's 24 hours. These are only 12 hours. Actually, I can't wait until we do unlock the other one. Because this would be way better. I much prefer having the 24-hour one compared to the 12-hour one. It's just so easy only checking it once a day. Yeah, these are twice a day, which is kind of annoying. Because I tend to waste a lot of one of their times normally. Because the main account, of course, only has to check once because it's also doing oyster, post 200 oyster. The problem is pre 200, you don't get oyster for the first time ever until 73, which we're still quite a ways off from. Also, even if they're adding a 6-star quest to Hopeport, I'm not even sure if you're going to need a level that high. Unless I just want to get them levels for the sake of getting levels. Because a lot of their side grinds are mostly being done just for quests. So if there's not a super high fishing requirement, they're probably never even going to reach oyster. The only reason I'm doing this is because there's going to be a 6-star quest and a 4-star quest that are both likely to have some kind of fishing requirement. Or at least one of the two is. Also, I've just been selling all my lobsters, particularly this account, but even both of them. It just really needs the money. Also, highly doubt when trading comes out that these would sell for much. They only cost like 1 point something silver from the shop. So even if you were saving these, the most you would get is double. And getting half as much now is better than double later. Because they're never going to sell for much more than... where's the lobster? Yeah, the best they could ever sell for is like a little over a silver each or something. Like barely anything. They're way better just to sell. Alright, okay, let's go to mine then. And go bring it to its AFK activity. Have it start generating some money. Because gosh, does it need it. Needs it so badly. And then we'll go to the main account, check the thing real quick, and go do the same thing again. Oh yeah, I've been seeing Dragon quite a bit recently. It's Dragon without an O. They've been doing a lot of stonemason here. Because every time I ever reset this account, they seem to always be here. Hey, that reminds me, what's his name is actually getting pretty close to finishing as well. Red Bean, or whatever his name was. He's really close to be the first person with 500 all mines in Matubin. Alright, let's go check our bounties. But, yeah, this is the person I was talking about. If I could check leaderboard. Oh, yeah, here's where we are on leaderboard, by the way, right now. We are currently rank 17 slow. Shuriken and Unbi seem to only be doing dailies. So if I was to ever grind a bit, we should be able to pass them pretty easily and go reclaim 15th. B-Tez has been playing a lot, I seem like, every day. Jesus, isn't this the guy that did 500 all Chronopolis? I believe he did. MOBA did 500 all of Hopeport. And he's just skyrocketing now because he's doing levels that aren't Hopeport now. Chino we've seen quite a bit. He's been really on the combat pivot. Which I think we have him added too. But he's been really heavy on combat recently. Looks like he's going all the way. Cohen, yeah, we'll take that. Is that it? Really? That's lame. I got almost nothing. I came here just to go grab that, apparently. My daily for it's not till 6 hours, so we're fine on that. Don't need to worry about that the rest of the stream. Alright, back to the AFK XP. Yep, and there's Jas. He did 500 Chef, and now he's working on 500 Alchemy. Alright. Well, round 2. Let's do the quest again. With our newfound knowledge. And yeah, this one has almost like 5 gold. It's pretty loaded. Hope he even has the XP pots already good to go. Oh, did he? Wait, did I only ever set up 1 last time? Oh no, that's hilarious. Oh, that's funny. When I last did it, I went to go sell, but forgot to set up both of them. I don't think I've ever made that mistake before. Oh, that's really funny. Whoops. Mistakes have been made. That's a little unfortunate. Only set up 1 instead of 2. Let's double check if we get any good cooking bounties. Go grab our singular daily since we can't get a double apparently. Oh, you know what happened with it? I was juggling because I had my potion with me already. I ended up juggling and putting one of the lobsters to the ground. And because that was an extra action, I perceived that as me setting up the trap. I know exactly what happened. Because I kept these potions on me. So I only got 23 out of 24 lobsters. So I had to go and manually drop a lobster. But I perceived the action of dropping the lobster as me setting up the trap, which is why I didn't set up the second one. I know exactly what happened. It was late at night. But yeah, that's exactly what happened. Because that's why the potion is still on us. I did 23 instead of 24. I dropped a lobster, but I perceived the dropping of the lobster as me setting up the trap, which was not setting up the trap. Which led to us only setting up 1 instead of 2. But yeah, main goal on these side accounts, of course, trying to get all quests done. I'm not sure which one we try to prioritize next, though. Not counting trying to get requirements for the upcoming quests, like all the ones in Chapter 1. Honestly, it might just be Brannoff Inheritance. Because trying to set up for Brannoff Inheritance sets us up for, what's it called? I was even dumping some of my knowledge into it, too. Because I'm going to go do the Stonewall Hill potion. It's one of the last few potions you could do pre-200 that is, like, actually profitable. Or, you know, actually worth doing. Wow, all these are pretty bad. Not sure if I want to go out of my way for any of them. Maybe this one, I guess, technically. I'll grab this one in case I want to do it later. Rest of it's not that good, though. Also, hello, Blaze! Welcome, welcome! No point in starting because you'll never catch up with leaderboard? Well, you can still end up starting. Like, I'm still been really enjoying playing these side accounts, and these things are, like, so far behind. And I still have a lot of fun with them. Honestly, I have more fun on these than I do on my main account right now. Like, this thing's ranked 5,578 overall. But I have more fun playing on this account than the main account these days. Because it actually gets to make meaningful progress. Work towards quests, stuff like that. The problem with the main account is there's kind of no goals left to go for. Other than just, like, grind everything to 500. Speaking of which, let's go do Spirit Essence after we go set this up. Oh, am I going to use a 5% only for 1? I should have done it when I was doing the sandwiches. Because I could have made it here in time, but oh well. A little overkill just for 1, but this thing has enough funding that it should be fine. And all the money it makes from Bone Right. But yeah, it's exactly what happened yesterday when I set this up. I dropped my 1 lobster here because I had the potion on me. So I wasn't able to grab it, so I dropped it, but then forgot to set up the trap. Whoops. Unfortunate. But I think that's their next pivot. Start working on Brannoff Inheritance. Start getting Chef up. Start getting Alchemy up. The problem with Alchemy, though, is you can't do the really good potion at 35 like you used to be able to. It's actually really annoying to do without Forager now. Because Forager helps you at 29, 41, and 50. But basically, if I want to do it cheaply, I got to do Stonewall Hill 5% all the way from 23 to 50, which sounds insufferable. Like, it wouldn't be bad doing that from like 23 to 29 or even 23 to 35. Anything beyond 35 is such bad XP rate. I think we're getting like 50% less by that point if we were still doing Stonewall Hill. It's fine to go from 23 to 35 with it, but I have to go burn money starting at 35, where you used to profit back in the day. Ever since the change, you now just burn money there. Early game alchemy is really, really, really annoying with the changes that they made compared to before. Because you hit like a really big money wall. This account does have the money to go hit the money wall though. We're on like 5 silver right now. Anyways, let's go head over to, where are we going? We're heading over to do the quests. Let's go head all the way over to Chronopolis. Yeah, you still can't eat food in Brighter Shores. There's a lot of changes they still got to go do. Currently, they're prioritizing quests right now. They're working on 4 new quests and the entirety of Chapter 5 right now. Seem to be the 2 biggest things they're working on. Which is technically 7 new quests because Chapter 5 has 3 new quests in it. Main story and 2 side quests. So they're working on 7 quests and Chapter 5 currently. I wish they would prioritize trading and the second combat rework a bit more though. Let's go get this quest. We just did it, so this should be pretty straightforward. Let's see if I can finally get the puzzle first try this time. And then we'll teleport back for the barnacle. Hey, what's my current weapon? It is our current gear. I don't think I'm going to need any upgrades. This is what our current gear is going to look like going into the fight. I don't believe I need to update anything. Since we're not using a Necromay weak item this time, we should be fine just to go with this Fire Paw arm. It's not the greatest, but I'll definitely get the job done. Oh, where am I going? I guess I'll just walk there. I was going to tell you, but at this point I might as well just walk. By the time I tell you at this point, it's just going to be the same distance. Yeah, the game still needs a lot of work at the moment. I've still been enjoying my time with it, though. Although our playtime has gone down by like 4 times as much recently. Well, we've still been chipping at it every day. Even if we haven't been streaming it. Oh good, it's actually way better doing it in this order as well, since we're already over here. Sad that we've been playing it a bit less. Honestly, it's mostly just because I've been a bit busier lately. That and, we were checking it earlier. We were actually making like literal negative money streaming it earlier, which is really funny. Like literally making more by doing nothing than to actually do something. Mostly because there's just not that many people looking for Brighter Shores content at the moment. I do plan to do a lot more after the combat rework and once we hit like 1.0 and stuff like that. Right now it's just in such a developmental stage where things are drastically changing and nothing is particularly stable with it at the moment. I would say probably the inconsistency of the updates have been the main thing with it. Because a lot of people have been waiting for more content. But then they keep hinting at more content, but then not doing anything. The other thing that's pretty big is they completely overhauled combat, but they only did it halfway, and they never did the other half yet, which feels really, really clunky. I've been pretty much avoiding almost all combat because of it. Is they completely overhauled it, but then didn't finish it. Like, they overhauled it, but then only went halfway. Which is another big issue, because obviously a lot of things that you grind for ultimately is combat at the end. Like, you get all these skills up so that you can do combat better, so you can do bossing, raids, stuff like that. All the quests, everything like that. But, one of those components is kind of missing right now, because you can't really do combat in the current state of game. Until they add skill tree, special attacks, finish out the rest of the combat balancing. Alright, let's see if we can get this puzzle for the first time ever. So far, every time we have ever done this puzzle, we have done it incorrectly. But with our newfound knowledge, let's see if we can get this first try. It stumped us for like a half an hour the first time. It got us the second time too because it put them in the wrong order. Let's see if I can actually get it this time. How many pieces do we have right now? We should have 5. Okay, let me grab the one that's there. Alright, let me remove that. Okay. So, they should be in order in which they are here. So you gotta remove the one that's there. And then put them in order of this. Which after you remove it is correct there. Okay, now we just gotta solve for it. Okay, so now all of them should be in the right location. So this should be pretty easy. The biggest issue with every other time is they were not in the right location. But now we are starting from all of them are currently in the right location for the first time ever. So let's see if we can get this puzzle first try. It should be pretty easy now. Since they're all located correctly. We're just about turning them the right way. Yeah, I think we got it. Easy. Wow, this is so free. If you actually put them in the right location. I really wish that puzzle just started with them already in the wall. Because that is like such an easy 1-minute puzzle. If and only if you put them in the right location. The problem is when you don't. That puzzle is a nightmare. Yeah, that's so free. Alright. Give me this. Give me this. It's probably better just to telly. Because we have to go through the fence and everything. Could you try out some MMORPG game trivia? I don't know. What trivia do you have? I don't know. I don't play too many MMOs, though. As far as current MMOs I play, I only currently play Old School RuneScape, which we have a max hardcore on. And, of course, Brighter Shores. I also played Palia a little bit. But it's more so a cozy game than an MMO, even though it's technically in the category of MMO. There's a lot of pretty good co-op activities to do. But done it with friends quite a bit. I haven't done it in the last, like, few months, though. It's somewhere in Brighter Shores, and that's kind of in development hell at the moment. Still in pre-launch state. They've been adding quite a bit of content, though. You're investigating, blah, 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 discover, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let me go talk to this guy, I believe. I think we're at that point in the quest, right? Right. Oh, I have to read the journal. Alright, now I can talk to him. Alright, let's see, blah, blah, blah. I need to go stash this in. I believe the code was 1007. Luckily, it never changes. Another one down. Okay, so we need to go talk to what's his name now at the council's office. Go get our key. Then we could just head straight to the boss fight. Interesting. Oddly enough, this account has already been in the council office. I guess I had a detective thing here at one point. Because I know for sure I never changed this thing's name. Actually, technically we did when we deleted it and then made a new one. Let's see. What are you planning? Metal Grate. Alright, we need to go get a search warrant. Then we'll go get the key from her, and then we can just go teleport straight to the boss fight. I don't think we need to gear up like the other account needed to do. And we should be even stronger. Even though our weapon's kind of underwhelming, it is not Necrome, which it is immune to. I originally thought it was immune to fire because it uses fire moves, but no, it is immune to Necrome. And our current weapon is a fire weapon, which I might as well keep the gear tab up. So I saw a post a little while back about like combining the two gear tabs into one. I would love if they did that. Because whenever you have your gear tab open, you kind of need both of them anyways. So it'd be nice if they were actually combined into one big mega tab. Alright, right here we should be getting the key. Because if you want to see one, you generally need both of them open anyways. It's very rarely ever want to know one info but not the other. Alright, let's go fight the boss. Easy as that. Teleport over to Outskirt. So why is there an item missing right there? I guess that's one of the few that we pick up later. Alright, just for the sake of it, I will go check the gear shop. I don't think we're going to need anything, but just for the fun of it. Let's go see what upgrades we can get. Maybe we can get a cool looking weapon. I don't have a green potion on me. I accidentally drank it when I was doing Raid Den AFK at one point. I accidentally misclicked the potion. Yeah, I did have one singular plus 50 green potion. Which may have came in handy if this is a green weapon here. No, it's just a ranged weapon. I guess I'll buy it just so I have one. Glove upgrade? Why not? It's probably overkill a bit, but sure. Alright, there we go. And we only have 2 heals, and they're only 25% instead of 30%, so we do have less healing this time. Last time we had 3 30%, this time we only have 2 25s. Though we are 30 levels over leveled though with the new scaling system. Whereas when we did this the first time around, we were actually under leveled. I believe this quest boss originally was level 30 or 35, and we were like 20 something. Like 25-ish the first time we ever did this. On the main account before the striping system. Ooh, look at his combat level. He's fighting at level 1104. I've been seeing quite a few people still going for combat. I find that really strange, though. I feel like right now is like the worst time you could be doing combat. Like, now's the time to be doing literally anything that isn't combat. Until they add special attacks and everything. With the exception of quest bosses, of course. Alright, round 3. Oh, so you know what this quest reminds me of? I'm not sure why. Just the way that they kind of set it up and everything. Gosh, what's that one quest in Old School RuneScape? It was one of the ones that started the Majorat storyline. It reminds me because you have to go into a sewer in order to go and find some, like, really evil guy in a cave. Which is basically the whole premise of this, just with detective on top of it. It's kind of funny because the other quest was centered around the thieving town, which of course is the opposite of detective. But it's basically the same premise of what this quest is. Just with a detective angle instead of a thieving angle. Yeah, this fight is way easier. Amazing how much better it goes when you're not using a double Necromay weapon against something immune to Necromay. No, he walked into it. Oh, wait, that only did 18 damage? Wow. Did he forget to scale that correctly? Wait, I kind of want to check now. I might die for this. Wait, I kind of want to check something. Did they forget to scale his damage up? I want to get deliberately hit by something. There we go. Hit me with this. Oh no, that one still does a lot. Wait, let me see how much damage this one does. Oh no, it still does a lot. I think it was his base damage that hit me and he just low rolled. But yeah, they scaled it. It feels a lot less punishing than it was before though. We got it by both and it took out like not even half our HP. I don't think I have to do anything with these. I always do, though. I don't think you have to. Alright, anyways, let's go turn these in. And that is quest complete. Our main goal for today has been completed. Didn't even take 2 hours. Look at that. Alright, maybe we'll go grind on the main account a little bit then. I do want to go get 35 Detective real quick on this account, though. These will get us to 34.5, just so they're both at 35. Man, then I guess we'll go do a little bit of grinding on the main. Might as well. And then they'll slowly start working on Branolf Inheritance, because Branolf Inheritance also gets them ready for the 4-star and 6-star quests that are coming in the near future that we were looking at earlier. Which is this thing over here. Not that, but this thing. We go over to, where is it? News, news, news. Where's news? Guides, discussions. News. Because the main reason I want them to go focus on Branolf Inheritance next is the next 2 quests are a 4-star and a 6-star quest for Hopeport. So getting alchemy and cooking up for that one quest is probably going to be some amount of overlap requirement for these other 2 quests. So their next goal is definitely to do Branolf Inheritance. It doesn't say it here, but Branolf Inheritance requirements is 50 alchemy, 61 chef, which is the most annoying part. Though 50 alchemy in early game these days is kind of annoying too. But you also have to kill what was originally like a level 50-ish boss. I'm not sure what level it's going to be under the new scaling system, but we're level 124. The one that was originally level 30 got scaled to like 94, so I'm not sure how high of a level it's going to be. But, yeah, it's going to be a factor. What do you think the minimum levels for the 6-star quests are? Probably around 80s. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. The safe bet would be to get like base 80 in Hopeport, if you really want to be prepared for it. I'm not going to go that high on the alts, and obviously we're already there on the main. But yeah, if you want to prep on your main account, at least get base 80s for Hopeport, just to be safe in every angle. But yeah, I assume it's somewhere around 80s, give or take like 10 or 20. Could be as high as like a very, very low 100. Alright, there we go. Nice. And of course their combat level, which brings both of them to 125. Alright, let's go do a little bit of detective, I guess. Go get level 35 and then we'll go head back to the main account. Alright, have I done the first time bonus on anything here? Alright, good, I already done them all. Alright, so we should only need to do like 2 or 3 of these. I'm not even gonna bother doing any merchant with it. Just get these done real quick. Private Road, Archive, East Courtyard. Actually, they're pretty close to each other. Goose Inn, East Courtyard, Private Road. Isn't this one really close? They're both like right next to each other. It's actually closer than the other one. Alright, let's see. What do we need here? View details. I'm looking for Janessa. Janessa. Oh, wrong J. Alright, Janessa. Alright. Oh, where do we need to go? Private Road and East Courtyard. There's Private Road and East Courtyard is... Actually, where is East Courtyard now? That I think about it. Show on map. East Courtyard. Oh, it's that one. Oh, wait, that's perfect then. Wait, that's actually really good. I knew this was synergistic. I forgot it was this synergistic, though. Also, it's on the outside. Do not cross the tree. Whatever you do, do not cross the tree. Unless it says how far is hallway, do not cross the tree for anything Hellfar related. As it's the only one actually above the gate. And there's currently no way to get back. I'm actually surprised not Brandolph. I'm surprised Battle of Fortune Hall doesn't let you get through the gate after. Okay, whatever you do, do not cross this unless it says how far is hallway. Otherwise, you do not get back and you have to go teleport away. Actually, I could just walk. I should only need one more investigation after this. We only need like, what, 8k XP? 4k. Oh, we almost got it with this. If I had a boost potion, I think we could actually get it right now. Well, we'll have to do one more. That's fine. It's not going to take that long. And then we'll bring him back to his AFK, and then we'll go to the main account. And, of course, he's getting pretty close to 200, so we can finally get a post-200 one. Honestly, I should go rush it already and just have him go do some actual bone right. The problem is it burns a lot of money at this level range. And I'd rather start focusing on Hopeport quests and everything. It just feels so weird getting pre-200 XP on them. It feels like I'm wasting so much time. Because really, they should only be doing post-200 stuff. But they don't have any to go do. Oh yeah, what are we looking for our investigation here? We are looking for a blue ink lolly with abandoned stones. Blue ink lolly with abandoned stones. Blue ink lolly with a sling. That would be you. Right, let's get one more. Come on, nice, quick, easy one. Oh, Guards Archive, Hellfar's Gate. This one's not bad. It's actually really similar to the one we just had. Oh, Jerry. Jerry. I got the right J one this time. Alright, we'll do Goose on our way back. Actually, no. We'll do the other one on our way back and just tell you back. I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, this one next. And Hellfar's Gate should be the other way we were, but north. And once again, not across the tree. Do not go across the tree, whatever you do. Do not cross the tree. Alright, what am I looking for here? I am looking for oh yeah, the Goose into. Don't hit the chair. Dodge that chair. That thing has such a huge hitbox. Like, look how far up this hitbox goes. Like, I'm like hovering over the rug and it's still cycling chair. Alright, let's do Hellfar's Gate, and that should be level 35 for both of them. And then we'll go bring him to his AFK activity. Which is going to be, of course, still trying to get Bone right up. Currently he's making some big Wendigo. Later today I need to go get him a knowledge point so we can go do knickknacks. Luckily, you pretty much always profit from doing Bone right, so really nice. Never need to worry about money issues. Oh good, and I'll have the knowledge point already done. I don't even need to go get it later. I'm getting it right now. Perfect. Nice little byproduct of what we're doing. I didn't even think about that. We're actually going to have exactly enough knowledge after this. Well, technically slightly more, but we'll have enough knowledge to go get his next Bone right thing later tonight. Because I'll have that in like 4 or 5 hours from now after dinner or whenever I grab it later. Perfect. And the other one I don't need to worry about because it's so far away. I think it's like 3 days away from needing its next activity. And the main account never needs to worry about it either. Because even though it needs 4 points whenever it needs to, it has so many passives unlocked that if I ever need to not play as much on a given day, I literally just don't. Because there's so many different passives that it could do right now. Because I have literally every passive unlocked post 200. So it can jump around to whatever it feels like, even if it's hitting a wall in one. But we'll go head over to the main account after this. First name Nick. Nick Shoes Grass Stain. Nick Shoes Grass Stain. Nick Shoes Grass Stain. Nick Shoes Grass Stain. That would be you. Ooh, forensics. Now I gotta save it for later. I gotta use it for the Wendigo. Alright, let's go bring him over to his AFK activity. And then we'll head back to the main account. Also, speaking of unlocking a passive, maybe we'll go do mining. I'm not sure what activity I want to go do. I don't know, anything you guys want to see, activity-wise? These are so many things we need to grind. It hasn't changed. It's just the amount of time that it takes to reach every goal is like 1.5 miles. Like it's measured in literal dozens of hours for almost any goal we have. I think the mining grind was only like an hour or 2 off, which is why I mentioned it. if I wanted to get it for the next passive activity. In case we ever want to passive it again. Oh, there's Vorpal doing mining. Different mining than what we need to go do, though. Gosh, Vorpal's still been at it. Same as Mousy, yes, apparently. Oh, not as much, though. Vorpal has finally passed Mousy, yes. I know they slowed down a little bit, similar to me. But, yeah, Petisio's also catching up. They passed Mightius and Chino. But yeah, Vorpal's finally second. He's been going crazy. Though whoever is first place is insane. How are you 600 levels over Vorpal? Like, I'm pretty sure Vorpal's playing like almost 24/7. And someone is 600 levels above Vorpal? They're playing like 28 hours a day. No, I think the difference is Vorpal's going like 16 hours a day and their other one's probably like 22 or something. Absurd. Dude, that is crazy. How are you 600 above Vorpal? I'm just making sure this is the right activity. It should be. Just waiting for the XP drop. I can't wait till we get post 200. Once these accounts can finally get there. Anyways, main account time. We have returned. Oh, a little short of an alchemy level. Honestly, maybe we do some alchemy. Let's see. Let me go store all this away. But yeah, if we did mining... mining would take too long, though. Maybe we do just do a little bit of alchemy. We're already here. Go check our bounties. Yeah, we need 286 for the next passive if we ever want it. I'm not sure if I would do it at that point. Because I kind of just want to mine the actual material and get the material we need. So I probably wouldn't do that AFK. Alright, let me go check our chef bounties real quick. But yeah, I think I might do just a little bit of alchemy. I've been needing to clear out this bank. The main one we need to go clear out is... well, if we're doing that, let me go grab the 8% pots then. Alright, grab a bunch of 8% and the other thing will be whatever the other thing is. But yeah, I have 672. Most of this we got before the update. Before they end up changing how they worked. But this was from the tentacles before, as well as the toads. So these were from the previous system. I did buy around 400 of this, so they were even. But most of these were from the previous system. And those are for 15-minute fear, the highest fear potion. I do have some healing potions I can go make, which is like a level 164. Oh, I don't have the secondary ingredient. I remember why I didn't make these. And the biggest one that I have that we still need to go do, aside from if we want to go make more 8%, is I need to make 1,400, almost 1,500, because I keep grabbing them whenever I do cooking contracts to Sentinel. I normally grab 5. But I need to go do rack. The reason I haven't done rack is I want to do cod rack. And the problem with cod rack is it blocks me out of chef. Like being able to do chef quicker in the menu. So I kind of want to have 259 chef before I do cod rack. Which means my main focus probably when doing active AFK is probably going to be doing stews all the way to 259. As that fixes an issue where I can start doing cod rack so I can go finish alchemy so we can start, you know, getting everything up. Anyways, let me go do one inventory of stew, check what our bounties are. Maybe do some of them if we have some synergy or just feel like doing some there. And go from there. Alright, stews, grab all that, boom, boom, boom. And then we'll go do alchemy. And start running some of those potions down. Petisio's forever ranked 1 in your eyes. Yeah, how long was Zima back in the day, #1? Because I think he only held it for like 3 to 4 years? Whereas Petisio didn't even hold it for 3 to 4 months. Back in the day. Because I'm pretty sure he had it for multiple years, like at least 3 years. Whereas Petisio only had it for about 3 months. As far as top rank. Because the main top rank these days is Vorpal publicly, and whoever this is, #1, not publicly. Because I know Metal slowed down quite a bit. I think Petisio still slowed down quite a bit. Unbi, which was pretty high at one point, basically quit at this point. They're basically just doing what we're doing, just dailies only. They're pretty much at the daily only phase. I think Shuriken is as well, because they were going up quite a bit and have slowed down so much recently. So much so, we might even pass them tomorrow. If I do a bunch of stews while we stream Old School RuneScape tomorrow, I think we actually get to pass them tomorrow. Alright, what am I dumping knowledge into right now? I guess mostly... Well, since I'm doing alchemy, I'm probably dumping it in alchemy while doing alchemy. But if I was to doing not alchemy, I'd probably be dumping into stonemason, like if we were doing mining right now. Because we still need 233 so we can get back to doing stonemason again. Because I need that for the bolas. And I need a bola until we get to 240. And I can AFK that if I wanted to. Alright, I'm gonna go drink this. A little overkill at 8%, but that's fine. I don't want to have to repot. And then we'll go check what bounties we have. Maybe go run a couple of them. Check our dailies in 5 hours. We're not streaming for 5 hours, though. Not going that long. But yeah, somehow we're still top 20. I'm actually surprised with how much less we've been playing. But apparently everyone's been playing a little bit less. It's not just us. For the most part. There are still some people who are like crazy grinding though. Like Vorpal, Rank 1, a few other ones here and there. It seems like generally speaking, people have kind of slowed down. Especially with the player numbers. If I go check right now, what are you even at? I haven't even checked recently. I know it's under 1,000. And it's not even on another platform, so whatever this number is the actual total. Yeah, it's 624. And not like 624 only on Steam, 624 like total. There's just no mobile version, there's no console version, there's no other version at all. So that is the absolute total that's in the game right now. It's still kind of crazy because every room always looks so crowded still. Even when it dips down to like 400 people, every single room still looks just as crowded. Just because of how the servers work. Which is one thing I really like about how they have the servers set up. Because it still works when there was like 10, 20, 30,000 people. But it also still works when there's only like a few hundred. It's a really nice system that they have for it. Now, let's see if there's any bounties worth doing here. Nope. It's still from what I took earlier. Oh, they get reset in a couple minutes, though. You know what? Let me go do one more stew set. We're gonna do one more set of stew. Because I want to go grab our next bounties, whatever they may be. And if they're only 2 minutes, we might as well wait here for 2 minutes. Also, normally I would not be 8%ing these. I'd be 5%ing them. But I grabbed the 8% for the alchemy. And I'm not going to bother going and banking them real quick. It'll be fine. After this inventory, we'll check what our bounties are and then go do a bunch of alchemy then. I think we have about 5 hours of alchemy banked right now. We're definitely not doing all of them right now. Though if we did, it would go all the way until our venture's ready. Yeah, we have about 5 hours of max level alchemy to go do. And by that, I mean 238 at level 238, or, you know, with our best potion that we could do. I am skipping a 258 potion because we're not going higher foraging. To be able to do this potion, I think we need almost 300 forager. Which I am definitely not doing, I don't think. Yeah, you need 340. I don't think I'm going to go get 340 forager just to go do a potion there. That's just way too high. Like, that's higher than my mining level. That'd be my highest gathering level. Actually, that'd literally be my highest level, period, if I was to go do that. Like, not even our highest gathering. Literally our highest level. If I was to go get 340 foraging. That would be such a foraging pivot. Could you imagine? Oh no, should I? Foraging's really good knowledge per hour. The problem is you get so much junk, but I feel like I would just drop a lot of it to the ground. I know, it's worth considering. That is such a hard foraging pivot, though, if we were to do that. There's a lot of foraging time. Like, that's not a short duration. Like, if we're talking getting 130 foraging levels, we're talking an amount of time, like, almost 200 hours, probably. Because I'll be dumping the knowledge into other stuff, not into foraging. Because a lot of the things that we gathered won't necessarily have boost. Also, we need to go get the rest of the tools upgraded, too. I need to go get the other two, which I actually don't have the money for at the moment. I have enough to do one, but not both. And I would need both if we're doing that grind. I think Pond Net's the one we need most pressing, probably. Because I believe you used a lot once you get, like, 4 or something. Yeah, the second you hit... The next thing we would need is Pond Net. Pond Net's the next big one that you would need for the boost potion. But then by 284, you would need all of them upgraded. Unfortunately, both of these are worth dropping. They're not actually used for anything useful. The Water Lily and Starfish is the next one that you really need. And eventually the potato for chef. Which we would technically need if we're getting chef pretty high. You first start using that potato at 336. And while you barely need to make this until you get to the really nice bacon sandwich, you would still need these for contracts at that level range. So I don't know, maybe we do go on a little bit of a foraging pivot. That is such a pivot though. Like when I'm talking pivot, I mean like we're like halfway maxing forager. It would literally become our highest level skill. I'm just not sure how overkill that's really going to be. Because it seems exceedingly overkill. And no quest is going to have a requirement that high. It's not like there's going to be a requirement that says go get like level 270. They even mentioned in the past that they don't plan on doing any requirements above 200 for any quest. Like ever. And even a 6-star quest, I highly doubt they're going to go much above 100 if at all. Oh, we'll grab this. Big Sheen. What's my current turn-in route? Cohen and Big Sheen we can go do real quick, I guess. I just do them unpotted. Because I'd want to do Century separate. Yeah, we can go turn those in real quick, I guess. Alright. Oh, what do we need here? We need 5 oyster. Which, of course, we have plenty of because we keep doing the daily for it. One nice byproduct of that is we make a huge amount of money. They're actually worth quite a bit. And then the... oh, yeah, we're running low on mana rays. And we're at a level range where they're not worth doing anymore either. So the total amount of mana rays you see there is how much we have to last all the way until... Oh, we're almost done. At 234, we never need to do it again. Also, hello, Sonny. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, okay, we need to start doing every single Tiger Ray we see. Because at level 234 Chef, you never need Tiger Ray ever again. Alright, so we should have just enough then. Because we have about 150 left. And 150 needs to last us to 234 Chef. Which I should easily be able to do. So yeah, we need to start taking every Tiger Ray one we see, even if it's like 9 or 10. Alright, let's go do alchemy now. All that just to go set up alchemy. Alright, alchemy time. I'm gonna go turn these 2 in real quick. And then, yeah, start getting some more alchemy supplies down. With the main one being, definitely want to focus on those fear potions because that's where the big bulk of our XP is coming from. Ideally, though, I'm pretty sure we're not going to go for that right now because it would take a little bit too long. But 267 is our next really big alchemy goal. Because that allows us to start AF Keen for better XP rate. Oh, I just went past Cohen. Oh, well, I'll go back the other way. I forgot Cohen's not on any road or anything. I just walked right past them. Whoops. Not too big a deal, though. At this point, you know what? I am going to use an 8%. This is a little overkill. I'm going to 8% both of these and just use it on alchemy then. Of course, I had a 50-50 chance I picked the wrong one. Wonderful. I put that in alchemy. Level 253. Making progress. But yeah, I personally don't feel like it's worth going down that foraging route. It just seems so high for how little we end up getting from it. Because that is not a short grind. I'm pretty sure I'm still skipping foraging. It's just whenever I think of the knowledge rates from foraging, it's like, ooh, maybe we should do foraging. But then I think about the amount of time, it's like, ooh, 200 hours, give or take? Plus I gotta dump like 40, 50 something gold on the tools as well, which will eat up like whatever rest of cash we have. Yeah, let's start using these 8% for what I actually want to use them on. Which is alchemy time! For the best potion we can currently do. Hey, Chino! Hey, Jess is here as well. Jess has been here so long, the room is starting to get thinned out. I just realized a slight issue with this. My potion's still going. We're gonna have to drink midway through. That's fine though. Yeah, the reason we did this one drop is it allows you to do a full inventory in one go with one potion. Unfortunately, I already had the other one still going, but that's fine. But yeah, it saves you 1 tile of movement, and it makes it so you can use 1 potion for both sets. It also allows you to stay at the machine for longer. Unfortunately, you're not really boosted a lot of the time on the machine. It's really annoying boosting on the machine itself. It's really clunky. You heard it's not worth going above enchant level 10 on any foraging tool. Generally, 25 is the end point. 25 is when you start getting diminishing return and start to only get 0.2%. But yeah, the main thresholds are 10, 25, and 50. Are the 3 main thresholds. 10 is what you would mostly do on alt accounts, or if you want to spend or save most of your money. 25 is generally the point where you tend to end most tools, because that's when they hit like the sweet spot. But yeah, 10 is like the bare minimum. 25 is like the realistic highest you want to get. And 50 is the truest highest you would ever go. As anything above 50, even though it can go to 100, is way absurdly not worth it. You're just burning way too much money if you go that high. The highest tool I have is a 35 pickaxe. But 10, 25, and 50 are the 3 main stop points. 10 is bare minimum, 25 is the realistic stopping point, and 50 is if you're like absurdly loaded, like if you did all the money making skills first, like Merchant Leatherworker. Or when trading comes out, if you're going to be enabling trading. Because that one potion was off, I still won't be able to do this. Hello, Scythium. Welcome, welcome. Yep, we're still playing Brighter Shores. Still going strong. We know we haven't been streaming every day. We've still been around every day. Still been at the grind. I have been playing Old School RuneScape quite a bit more recently, though. Probably even going to stream it tomorrow. We haven't done a Old School RuneScape only stream in like 6 months. The last one was in early October. I've still been playing in the background pretty much the whole time. I quit for about a month or 2. When we went like really dry on Beaver and a bunch of stuff like that, as well as when they price hiked everything. But then I finally gave in. Though I currently have only been doing it with bonds. I still haven't spent $100 to go get the thing yet, but I probably will. Before they price hike it again. Before they want $150 for it. But they're doing quite a bit of big content this year. The main one being sailing. I didn't actually do the beta or the alpha or whatever they did for it recently. But they're adding a new skill of sailing. The first new skill to ever hit Old School RuneScape. The last new skill was in 2006, which was Hunter. Back during the Andrew Gower years. But they haven't added a single new skill since 2006. It took them nearly 20 years, but they finally got to one. Yeah, it's coming out, I believe, sometime late summer? Summer's around there. But there's still a lot of content I need to grind for that game. Even though we've completely maxed, there's a lot of stuff to do post-max. I do want to try to keep the hardcore alive by the time sailing comes out, though. So even though I will be doing some dangerous things here and there on the account, I don't want to do anything too over-the-top dangerous. As I do want to keep it alive, at least until we get 99 sailing. Ideally beyond that as well, but bare minimum until we get 99 sailing. Well, I'll see you for the Old School RuneScape stream tomorrow then. I'm not sure everything we'll be doing, but we'll probably be doing raids 1, 3, and trying to get a dragon pickaxe as well. Because I really need a pickaxe for both of them. Because right now we're pretty much in the raid part of the account. There's still a lot of bosses I need drops from too. Like Zora. I've been doing a lot of Zora recently. I've just been so dry on it. I went 500 kills without getting a piece. And when I finally got one, it was only in Uncut Onyx. Which is literally the worst of its 4 drops it has. The only bright side is I got the thing that gives you immune to venom immediately. Like, I think I got it at drop rate at like 120-ish. And it's like a 1 in 128. Which is really good because on a Iron Man, not needing to constantly use anti-venom potions is so convenient. Makes that boss so chill. It does lower your damage a little bit, but it saves so much supplies. But yeah, that might be one of the bosses we focus on. It's actually a safe death for hardcores as well. After you do the Elite Diary, you could die there once per day without it counting as a death. And generally, you never die there, but it's nice to have a handicap of if you do die, you don't actually die. Luckily, that boss is pretty safe compared to many in the game. As even though it can stack you out, I think its max hit's only 41. Or is the average max hit of an endgame boss these days is like 70, 80. So 41's actually really low. And that's out of 99 HP. Also, something I still haven't done yet. I just did the one quest that came out when Brighter Shores came out. I think it was like the Curse of Erev. So I can go get the Crush Helmet. One thing I still haven't done yet is, there's still 2 quests I haven't done. Dragon Slayer 2 and Desert Treasure 2. Dragon Slayer 2 because I wanted to have, ideally, Dragon Hunter Crossbow or something similar before then. Either Armadyl Crossbow or Dragon Hunter Crossbow, neither of which I have yet. And for Desert Treasure 2, I'm not sure if I'm waiting on anything. I think it's just because I've never done the quest before, I'm kind of scared of the bosses. I fought on all of them during Leagues, but fighting them during Leagues and fighting them in the main game are 2 very different things. I don't plan to farm any of them, though. The only one I would maybe farm is Duke, which is probably the most annoying because he can max 110 and stack, so he can actually max for overhealed max HP. But the main reason I need him is he gives you a teleport to his lair. But the teleport to his lair is next to another boss called the Phantom Musfa, which I need like 1 billion drops from. Which is another boss I would need Armadyl Crossbow before I do, though. A lot of things are locked behind Armadyl Crossbow. Honestly, I kind of just want to grind for it. I have every single drop from her except for the crossbow and the pet. I think I'm like 530 kills in or something. So I'm still a little bit short. Oh, not short. The drop rate's like 1 in 512 or something, or 508. So I'm actually over drop rate. But, you know, if we go over drop rate again, it'd be over 1,000 kills, so... And she does not die quick. I do not have a good setup for killing her. I think my average kill time is only like 20 an hour, if even that. Though I haven't done her since the new run energy changes, though. They have changed how run energy works in Old School RuneScape. And before you needed like stamina potions like crazy. So I think you can actually do her with no stamina at all now. So maybe we'll go try that tomorrow. Because before I would bring like 3 stamina potions there for her. I'll probably still bring 1 just in case. But I'm pretty sure you need 0 now, as long as you walk some of the tiles. We could definitely try it. My damage against her is pretty bad, though. Yeah, we're almost done with our first set. Slowly but surely, we are getting there. But yeah, there's no way we're doing the Forge or grind just for that 1 potion. Technically, it'd be for 2 potions. It just doesn't seem worth it. 340 Forgers is too high. And that's only for this potion. That's not even counting the one at 296. If you want to do the one at 296, you'd have to go even further. You'd have to go all the way till 396. To do the 296. Which is a 100 level disparity. That is so high. I'm probably just going to stick with doing the Gatherer route. Because Gatherer gets there way earlier. The 277 and the 325 potions. And also then you get the double hope port farce as well. Because I'd much rather get like 400 gather than have to do 400 forager. Which is one of the things in our near future if we want to get alchemy up. Because our whole plan for alchemy is skip the 70 potions. And just do everything in between. Because what do you get it from? 277 is gatherer. 325 is gatherer. 344 is gatherer. And I'd probably skip the 10% because it's really annoying to bank them currently. It also requires way too high of a level. But, yeah, the next potions we're all doing are just gather, 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 gather. Though I will skip the really high requirement one, though. In favor of just making 8%. Because the 344, for that potion, if you were to gather only 1 of the supplies, you need, it's still pretty high. You need 361 instead of 340 compared to Forager, so it's a little bit higher. But you only have to train 1 skill instead of 2. If you wanted to fully from scratch this potion, you would need 409. But I'm pretty sure I would just go up to Apple and then just buy the other supply from the shop. The only problem is I do believe they cost quite a bit. I know the sell price of it was like 27 silver. I could only imagine what that thing is. Maybe I would have to go and actually, you know, gather it ourselves. Because now that I think about it, that thing's probably a mile and a half in cost. I gotta double check. We don't have to worry about it for a while, but what kind of cost are we talking about with that thing? Not this. I want to go check, alchemy. Somewhere's near. How much is this Hellberry? 24.3. Yeah, that's pretty expensive. And that's the cost if you gather the apple yourself. 24.3 per potion. That is pretty pricey. The problem is you'd have to get such a high gatherer level though. Like we're talking about almost just like maxing gatherer at that point. Because by that point you're pretty much there. That does get us to tier 6 bone spike though, pretty close. Like how many Hellbearers you'd have to do? You're within striking distance of tier 6 bone spike. Which is really nice to have. Alright, let's keep doing these. But I really wish there was a better way to boost yourself up while doing the potent potions. The way for doing this is really nice because you can do it all in one potion. But there's no way to do similar for the machine, and there's a weird delay every time you go back out and go back in, and just not worth potioning for. I do one at the beginning, but I don't bother repotting the rest of the time. And it reminds me, for any of you that watch other streamers, has Jimmy as a bot still been going? Because last I recall, I believe he quit. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, I guess technically a legacy number. Guard. Because last I checked him, he wasn't really moving at all. Yeah, he hasn't been doing the fishing daily. He hasn't been doing cooking contracts, like, at all. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he just stopped. Looks like he did. Because he hasn't been doing fishing daily. Which what other venture does he have? That's the only one. His chef hasn't moved at all, which means he's not doing cooking contracts. And I would say he's doing combat, but I don't believe he has gone up. Like, that's almost our combat level. Like, he's a little bit higher, but not much. I know I was playing 2004 Scape for some amount of time. I tried it for one day. I'm not really big on, like, grinding private servers. I've tried them here and there, but it's never something I would grind. But legacy private servers that are set up on based like a certain time frame of a game and stuff like that are kind of cool. I would never grind them though. I do find that kind of funny, though, because some people that did stop playing Brighter Shores have moved over to 2004 Scape. I think Vank was one of them. He covered quite a bit of progress videos, and he was focusing mostly on combat. But after the combat rework, I don't think he's come back. Like, at all. Like, at all. How do I get back to... There we go. 'Cause, yeah, I don't think he's been playing, like, at all recently. Oh yeah, he hasn't tried since the new combat rework. I could tell because our combat level's literally higher than him. Despite him being focused only on combat. Like he literally just rushed 200 all combat and got 200 detective along the way. But he has not played since then at all. Because I think he was originally going to max combat. Something that some people actually have done. Oh, still only 2 people though. Though Pepperoni's getting close. Where's Chino on this? Is he on the list? Yeah, he's currently ranked 23. Nice. Because I know every time I see him, he's literally just doing combat every time I check. Oh, so some people who got 500 combat in Zone 1 and 2 are pretty high as well. As I believe doing that brings you close to like 1,300-ish, give or take. I think Jabs is one of those. I think on the Legacy system, if you show Legacy, did like really high on the other combat. Yeah, they had 500 scout and 200 guard and 300 watch person. I thought they did 500 all in a zone. Apparently they were only ever combat. Interesting. I never did get that merchant level. That's funny. I was throwing a little bit of EXP into it while we were doing, what was that one game called? Xenoblade Chronicles X. We were doing that for like 5 days. Finished out the entirety of that game. And during that, I was doing Leatherworker, which got us almost to 240. Not quite, because this is as high as we can go until we hit a wall. But I was throwing some of the EXP into Merchant, just to have something to dump it into, because I didn't want to put it into Leatherworker because, you know, I wanted to AFK for longer. Even though I probably should have been, because then we could add 240. But, yeah, we never did get 248 during that. So I can even passive the thing if I wanted to. The way I'm likely going to get it up, though, is since I only really need 253 in the near future, probably just going to do Detective Merchant and do that all the way to 344. Like, that should easily get us 5, 6 merchant levels. Probably even more than that. Because we need 23 detective levels. And I would say roughly every 3 detective levels, we'd probably gain a merchant level. Definitely every 4. So that means we should gain at least 6, 7 merchant levels then, which is more than enough. But that's the problem with a lot of the grinds at this point. Because that grind that I just mentioned, just getting 344 detective while doing merchant, like, that's not a short grind. We're talking like a 40-hour grind just doing that. And that's just to get to our next activity. That's not even like max or anything. It's just the next detective activity, which is of course absurdly nerfed raid dens. Which the alt accounts can actually do pretty well. It might actually be some of the pivot is trying to get them to do detective next. Because right now the meta for doing combat, if you're just starting a fresh account, is actually the same meta that it was before the rework. But even more so now. You basically want to rush 500 detective immediately. And then do 500 merchant. And then do 500 leatherworker. That's pretty much the meta if you were to make a max efficiency guide for this game right now. It hasn't actually changed after the combat rework. And even more so, you have to do detective first so that your combat can scale with the raid dens. Just so you get good EXP the whole time. But that's pretty much the meta right now. Get 500 detective, get 500 merchant, get 500 leatherworker, sell most of the hides, and that funds you for everything and gets your combat pretty high. Not sure exactly what combat level you'd have by the end of it. I want to say 600 or 700. Maybe even 800. Depends how much raid dens you do compared to other activities. But it brings you somewhere from like 500 to 800 combat while getting 500 detective. The problem with that is not a short grind. We're talking like a several 100-hour grind to do that on any account. And it's basically what you have to do to start the combat skill now. If you were doing it like fully min-maxy. Like the first thing you'd have to do is go straight to chapter 4 and then go get 500 detective. It's pretty much the entire meta of combat now. Which is kind of funny because in nerfing raid dens, they basically required you to have to do raid dens immediately first. It's something I still hope they tweak in the future. Is that feels even less healthy than it was before, because at least before you could decide to do it whenever you want. But now it is most efficient to literally do 500 detective the second you start an account. You just rush to chapter 4, unlock trading, and then go get 500 detective while getting combat up. Along with it. Also, we'll probably grab a 10% pot to go use for the XP boost. Probably dump it into alchemy again. Because I do really want those better boost potions. The main one that we're really after is the Mines of Matubin ones. The only problem is with the new combat system, I don't know, am I really going to be able to go get a lot of that material? I guess we still would. Because after the rework... Well, I don't know, it depends what Chapter 5 striping does. The problem with our current striping is there isn't really anything in Chapter 2 I really need to be killing. There isn't too much we care about killing in Chapter 2. Whereas Chapter 3, there is 4 targets we care about killing. It's the 4 that give the 8% and 10% supplies. Which I forget what all of them are, but I believe it is the Wraith, the Slime, those are for the 10%. And the 2 for the 8%, I'm pretty sure is the Cockroach and the Worm. That one worm that hits really slowly and does like 1 billion damage. But yeah, I believe those are the 8% and the 10%. 10% is everything beyond that one big gate, and 8% are the 2 that are closest to the passive activity. Or I guess technically closest to, I don't know, what do you call it? The Dwarven Mine. Not counting the Metalith, though. But the other 2 that are close. But technically the Metalith closer. But ignoring the Metalith, it's the other 2 that are closest, the Cockroach and the other thing. Which is actually kind of fine if we have infinite ammo down the line. Because Cockroaches are completely AFKable with range if you had like 20 plus ammo. The problem is that you can't do it now is you only have 4 ammo, so there's no way to ever kill them with 4. Even if you max rolled every single one, it'd be impossible to kill within 4 attacks. We're gonna do this here. Is this enough? Is double 11 enough to get that up? I don't think it is. Which is unfortunate. How do we go about this? I don't think we get enough from doing that. I don't believe it goes that high. I might just have to do an 8% here. The problem is the 10% is going to be really awkward. Is I'd have to do it like midway through the machine. I don't know, let's go do it on our chef real quick. Time to go check our chef bounties. A little overkill doing 10% on that, but honestly, I might just do it. Just so we can get our double a little bit cleaner. And just leave these on the ground here. They're not going to despawn, they last for 10 minutes. Unless they change that. I'm pretty sure 10-minute ground timer is still a thing. I don't believe that's changed yet. I wouldn't be surprised if they do tweak it a little bit. But currently ground is still 10 minutes. So we could do the entirety of a chef run and still come back. I won't be doing a run. We're just going to be doing a thing of stews. A little overkill using a 10% on it, but it will allow us to double boost into alchemy. A little bit cleaner. Yeah, good thing I didn't use a 10% here. Definitely would not have reached, but we already knew that beforehand. But you know what? We won't do the chef thing. I think we can still use a 10% here. It'd just be kind of awkward. We got to stop the machine like right midway through. I'll also have to come back for the one that we dropped. So we're running low on 10%. We're going to get chef up so we can go do the other grind. Get our better synergy going. Alright, Thirst and Alchemy. Alright, there should be, what, 3-4 potions? We're gonna have to reset it near the end. Oh yeah, that's something we could do too. We could just do 4 of them. There should be more than enough, and just don't restock it. I forgot, that's also an option. I keep forgetting about that. You don't have to restock it every time. I always do that. But we can simply just not restock it. Oh yeah, they changed it so you can queue it up at any point, which is really nice as well. Yeah, this is the last one we need, but we'll still do the other one that's queued up. And then immediately dump that into alchemy. And then go pick up the stuff we have on the ground. Before it despawns. I deliberately leave that empty. And then get ready to immediately use an alchemy potion. Or, not alchemy potion, but to dump it into alchemy. Come on. Come on. There we go. Got it. Alright, now we can go do it normally. There we go. Nice. Yeah, I keep forgetting you can do it like that. Out of habit, I just always refill. But if you want to use a potion, just don't refill it. I just make sure that you get up to the exact threshold you need. You can technically do similar with 8% pots and whatever other pot you want to do. I just don't feel like it's worth doing. Because of how much time you have to wait for him to go reset it every time. You're wasting almost all the benefit from your XP pot. It's still slightly better, but you're burning a lot of the value. Like, if you use a 5%, you're only getting like 1 or 2% extra XP doing it that way. Like, it's still better, but just so annoying compared to just letting it go. But 8% is a little bit better value, but then you're also consuming a lot more 8% than you otherwise would be using. And of course, we don't have infinite of them. We have like about a little under 1,000, but that does not last forever. Especially since we chug them a lot more than a 10%. Eventually we'll have 1,500 10% though, which will help save us. Which I do need to go do soon. They're starting to get to the point where they're almost not worth doing. Both these 2 potions are nearly at the point not worth doing. Definitely by the time we hit 277, I want to have every single one of them done. Which means we really need to go focus on Chef so we can go finish them all. Also not sure if I'm going to buy everything I need for the 8%. We can make about 1,000 more based on what we have shell banked. But I think they're like 9-ish silver each. I'm just not sure if it's worth it for the reduced XP. Given that they're about 2 times worse than, you know, if we were doing like a 277 potion or a 238. They're about 2 times worse XP only for 8% back. Which doesn't really seem that worth it. Like, compared to buying it from a shop, like if we were to buy the 6% for, what is it, like 7 silver, 8 silver, it seems kind of worth. But compared to just buying the better supplies of a higher potion, it's not really worth it. I don't know, maybe we'll just send them to the alt accounts later. They'll appreciate it on their grind to 200. It won't bank them all the way to 200, but it will definitely help getting to 200. Oh yeah, by the way, while it's not necessarily a direct goal, I am still working on 250 all, by the way. That is still a goal of goals that we have. From a little while back, getting 250 all. Right now we're 8th Keen Bone Right. I'm dumping knowledge into Stonemason when I'm not dumping it into Alchemy. Technically Alchemy's already there. Obviously there's other goals beyond just 250 all within each skill. But yeah, we're getting there. I guess that technically means we have to get Forager up at some point. We'll probably do that around the time we do Kodrak. And maybe just drop them all and dump knowledge into something else as well while doing it. I just really don't care about getting the monument finished. And Pondweed and Bellplant are both useless. They're used for like a level 190-ish potion or something. Like it's a really weak potion we don't need to be making. Even if you were a Guardian, you'd probably skip it. It's just not really worth doing or banking. I don't know, its bank time isn't that bad though. But the EXP that you get for it's really bad. Is this a pre-200 potion at 191? And I highly doubt most people will get to like 250 Forager just to go do 191 Alchemy to 200. A little overkill. Especially because the gather requirement's so much lower. You need like 150-ish gather to do the same thing. Like the potion that's higher level. Like this potion right here only requires like 153 gather or something. This requires like 250-ish Forager. For the potion before it. Okay, since we didn't check the chef bounties earlier, I do need to go check that real quick though. I didn't check it with the potion, but I do need to go check it to go get new tasks. See if there's anything good on the board. Right now we have a double sentry. Honestly, I might just go run it. If there's nothing good on the board. Just to get a nice clean bounty board in case I ever want to go do some merchant detective at some point. Just to get a nice clean bounty board. Oh, also, we gained a fishing level today, it looks like. Should be getting that any time now when that thing comes in. Still been taking them every day. And of course, been using a 10% potion every time. I've been trying to get at least a knowledge point or two into them as well, but I've also been doing it just for 10%. It's enough XP that's definitely worth it. Worst comes to worst, we still have 8% if we run out of them anytime soon before we do COD rack. Main solution to that is just go do a bunch of chef. I don't know, any of you guys who are still around, what are you guys grinding these days, by the way, if you're still playing Brighter Shores? Because I know a lot of people kind of stop with their grind. But yeah, we're still at 250 all. Still working on that. Also hitting other useful milestones. Because they were mentioning raids are coming at some point, so it's like, oh, gotta go get the best potion. Unless you make potions within the raid. Which honestly, I would kind of prefer that, just so you don't have to use outside potions. Well, I don't know if you're going to be using those boost potions for. I have no clue, though, if they're going to make it so you don't need them in a raid. And they'll be able to just be used for PvP or something. That and for normal bosses, which the game still has none of. At some point, we'll get them. Or they're thinking about a raid before they even have a single repeatable boss. Still really hoping that the Chapter 2 boss becomes repeatable at some point. I would love to be able to gain Carpentry XP and Combat XP at the same time. Maybe even Woodcutting XP with it. That'd be so, so nice. It'd make Carpentry go from like one of the worst skills in the game to one of the best instantly. Because whenever they do eventually do that, there's going to be almost no bosses in the game by then that are repeatable. It might even be the first one, who knows. So everyone's going to do that to just go skyrocket with Carpentry, because Carpentry is actually really good. Even though Leatherworker is normally better because, you know, how it works with Merchant, the amount of money you make and everything. The actual byproduct of what you get from Carpentry is better than the byproduct you get from Leatherworker. Carpentry gives you all the weapons in the game. Well, I mean, not all of them, but, you know, a good handful of them. Whereas, Leatherworker doesn't. It just has armor. Which we can't even do yet, of course. While armor is useful, it's nowhere near as useful as 4-star spec weapons when they come into the game. They're still going to do some crazy thing with armor effects down the line. But if we currently know, I don't think they are. Right, let's go check our cooking contracts. Might even do a run of them if there's almost nothing, or if it has synergy with our double sentry. The problem with our double sentry run right now is I'm already using up 2 spaces. This takes up 17, so that's now 19. So I only have 5 spaces to spare. So if I have any task that's on our route, it has to be 5 items or less. Which is not a lot at all. That's a very small amount. But if you guys are going to be grinding for the new quests, Hopeport definitely seems like the angle to go. If you need anything to go focus on right now. It seems like the main one you would want. Because we go check real quick. The next two that they're working on the most are both Hopeport related. 4-star Hopeport and 6-star Hopeport. So if you haven't gotten your Hopeport levels up, now's probably the time. We've never seen a 6-star quest yet, but I would assume you need around 80s for it. Like 80 to 100. We don't currently know. The highest a 5-star currently has is a 61 requirement. And obviously this will have even higher than that. So you definitely bare minimum want to be 60s for the place, if not 70 or 80. Mine's Matubin. Obviously all these will be good on level range. But his Hopeport is around like 40-ish, 50-ish. This one's probably going to be around 70 to 100-ish for Hopeport. This Hope Forest one is probably around 25-ish in anything in that chapter. His Mines Matubin one is probably going to be pretty scary. If you haven't done it yet, do Lost and Found, and that will get you pretty close to the requirements. But you're probably going to need almost double that for that quest. Yep, some people still going for the eggs. Oh, don't forget the Easter event ends in like 2 weeks, by the way. I gave an official date earlier on the post. It was somewhere near the end of this month. Yeah, don't forget to get all the Easter cosmetics, if you guys haven't already. I did on all 3 of the accounts. Got a few. We're in the black one, of course. I almost forgot we're even wearing it. But we're in the black bunny. The other two are technically money locked, though, the black one and the gold one. Since you need to be able to get into chapter 3 and 4. Which I feel like that was started a little bit of controversy in the community as well. Because I know in his original game, none of the holiday events were ever required membership. They were always in free-to-play areas where you could obtain every single item in free-to-play. So this is a little bit of a tangent from that, where you actually need membership in order to go and get them all. Or basically half the rewards for it are locked behind membership. Oh, I still checked this earlier. Oh. Wow, it has been that little bit of time, really? I checked because I thought the hourly reset has already happened. Apparently not. Never mind. Oh, whoops. Yeah, we're officially below 600. Getting there. It's still like 5.5 hours worth of alchemy we got to do later. This is probably going to be the last batch we do for now. I could have just done all as well there, but oh well. And that's just to finish what we have banked. It's not even getting us to any goal necessarily. Though that would get us pretty close to 258, but I can't make that potion, so it doesn't really help much. The main next goal that matters a lot is 267 for Ave Kane for better XP rate. So we can eventually get to our 277. I do need 248 Gatherer by then. I also need to go upgrade my Gatherer tool by then, because that's when we're actually going to finally need our level 25 sickle. Which is the next thing we're probably dumping all of our cash into. Oh yeah, we'll finally be able to do it at the new obelisk as well. Something we actually haven't been able to do before. Hey, Tarek's around. But I haven't actually been able to go use the new obelisk system to go max upgrade. Actually, that's not true. I did it for the oyster thingy when we got to level 25. So we technically did. It was just for a passive activity, not for an active one. But yeah, level 25 sickle is the next thing for our cash stack. That's where all of our money's going. I forget how much money it is. I think it's like 25 gold, so we're pretty much already there. Nothing we're doing in the near future is really burning our money, so it's fine. We're just slowly making money. Some people's hate for this game goes crazy. Oh no, some people like to hate on things. It's fine. I don't know, I personally still been enjoying my time with Brighter Shores. I just have been playing it a lot less. Mostly because the grinds have been hitting like the super big grind wall kind of stuff. Which is why I've actually been enjoying doing the 2 alt accounts almost more than the main. just because their grinds are really quick. Like the grinds that we did on them today, each one took like less than an hour. And I got the main goal I wanted to go do on them done. You know how long it takes to do any one goal on this account? Like, let's say my one goal is to go to my next chef thing. If I did chef for the rest of today, I would not hit that goal. If I did it for literally every second for the next 9 hours, I would not have 234 chef. Even if I dumped all the knowledge along the way, I would still not have 294 chef. I mean, 234, I mean. And that's not even the end goal that I need. The actual end goal I need is 259. But if I spend every remaining second today, I would not even hit the 234. Let alone the other two that you would have to get through to reach the actual goal that you need. Whereas the other accounts, we take like less than an hour and we did the main goal we wanted to do on them. We even had time to do an extra goal within that time. Yeah, this thing, you have to measure in like tens of hours, if not hundreds of hours for any one goal you have. Time starts to get really high. Especially when I compare it to some of the old school RuneScape grinds we have to go do that I've been putting off for a while. Like, let's say the Dragon Pickaxe grind I need to go get. The current method I'm doing gets it on average in about 33 hours. That's long, but compared to our average Brighter Shores grind, relative to how much benefit it gives, 33 hours is not that bad. It's a lot, but it's not that much. Compared to if we break that down for our chef grind, like getting 39 chef levels is probably close to 50 hours since I'll be dumping knowledge into alchemy, not into chef. That's about a 50-hour grind, just so we can start doing better contracts. Which I still would be AFKing. Even when we do old school RuneScape tomorrow, I'll still be AFKing stews. Or, you know, active AFK. But, yeah, that's a long time. Like 50-ish hours just for us to go and reset our hourly to be better value. Because that gets rid of all of the bad items for pretty much the rest of the time. Actually, not completely. It gets rid of one of our other bad items. We don't get rid of all of our bad items until 276. 276 is actually the golden age of, I would say, chef. Because all you have are good dishes at that point. You have stew, which you can get from the shop. You have Gennard, which is a one-step fish, which we'd be getting at 261. Fisher, which we're getting there soonish. You have the next Manta Ray, which is a one-stepper. The only annoying one is cod and chips, but we already have like 1,300 of these banked. And then we do a bunch of cod rack while doing the other part of it. That is 2 one-steppers. No, that's 3 one-steppers. A stew that is super AFK. And then the only annoying one is the cod rack that we would already be doing anyways. But yeah, 3 of them are one-step. One of them is AFK stew, which is a 2-stepper, and you could just buy from the shop. And the only annoying one we're already going to have banked. So that seems really, really, really solid. That should be so nice to go do. But yeah, that's the golden age of chef. But we need 276 to get it. And after that, I'd probably stop doing anything but contracts during that time. Because I don't think our contracts are ever going to get better from a simplicity standpoint. 3 one-steppers, stew, and something we already have fully banked. It's going to be the easiest chef is ever going to be for bounty board ever. Like, not even at max are you that easy. Max is not too bad, though. One is veggie stew, one is omelet, same as where we're at right now. Actually, it's pretty similar. The only difference is instead of Gennard, you have to do chicken and leek. So yeah, max is actually really similar to the golden age right here. Because right here, the only extra benefit is the Gennard soup, which is a one-stepper. Whereas at the end, that one-stepper gets replaced for a more annoying chicken and leek pie. But at least it gives some justification for getting our gather level up, which we're going to do anyways. Oddly enough, at this level range, the only one we likely wouldn't do here is cod and chips. The fishing level we might have. The problem here is the forager level. This requires like 431 forager or something. Something absurdly high. Whereas this is only like 320 gather or something. Although the fishing requirement's pretty high too. I think it's like almost max fishing. But I'd probably do all of them except for cod and chips, which is pretty much what I'm doing now in my chef contracts. I'm not sure if you guys notice, but I didn't take like the one invincible one for the cod and chips. I'm just completely ignoring cod and chips here. The only cod and chips I won't be ignoring all the way to max is 259. I will be ignoring the 362, and oddly enough, I will be ignoring the 464 as well. These require too high of a foraging level to bother with, even if I have the fishing level to go with it. They're the only two dishes I'm probably not going to do all the way to max. Every other dish I will do. But the highest 2 cod and chips I will be skipping. But everything else will be covered by fishing from the fishing venture. Or just from simply buying it from the shop because they can only be bought from the shop and no other source. That's pretty much the game plan there. How's that little pack of wolves? Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Yeah, I've been enjoying the game a lot still. It's a really chill game. A lot of really repetitive, easy things to go do. Anything that's really try-hardy is doing like merchant to any degree. Like if you're doing merchant leatherworker, merchant detective, or just merchant in general. Though honestly, doing merchant detective is still my favorite activity in the game. I still need to go grind it for 20 levels. Get to 344 detective while getting merchant along the way. There is one other really nice milestone I need to beyond 253 bricks at some point. I'm not sure if I want to go for it quite yet. But if we're going to go 250 all, I need 269 merchant at some point. As this is the height you have to do to get to 240 or, you know, 250 leatherworker. Unless I want to go do the 240 all the way there. Which isn't worth it. Or sorry, to 210 I mean. Oh, we definitely want to upgrade to the 240, which is this one. But it does require 269 merchant, which is not that bad. If we really power grinded that, we could get it done in a weekend. If we went all out on merchant and did nothing but merchant while also dumping XP from merchant to merchant. That could definitely be done in a weekend. It would take the entire weekend, but it could be done in a weekend. Yeah, merchant's the quickest skill in the game to get up. Not only is it the fastest EXP rate currently of any skill, but is also the highest or second highest knowledge per hour, depending on how you're doing it. There are some forager loops if you're dropping everything that gets pretty competitive rates to merchant, sometimes even quicker because of consistency. Whereas merchant's pretty inconsistent sometimes. But yeah, it's the quickest EXP and generally also quickest knowledge in the entire game. So it tends to skyrocket whenever you get it up. Because even though forager can get some of the highest knowledge rates in the game as well, it has to suffer EXP rate to get the higher knowledge rate. Whereas merchant never needs to suffer on EXP rate to get max knowledge rate. Oh, wait. Come on, machine. Don't go on me. I've been rid of the things in 4 hours. Oh, gosh. Is that what? Like a little after 7. But anyways, guys, I mentioned earlier we'd probably stop it at this inventory. So I think we'll go do a little bit of chef bounties for a few minutes. Go wait until the next bounties are ready. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll go do the double sentry real quick. Now's the perfect time to go do that. Now we're going to do double sentry, use the 10%, dump that into alchemy, and then we'll go grab whatever contracts we have. And then we'll probably call it there then for now. But yeah, next Brighter Shores stream is as per usual as it has been the last few weeks. We're mostly just waiting on content. We're waiting until they do the equipable potion quest. Obviously, we'll stream every single time they add any new quests. But I'm mostly just waiting on content to happen. Because most of what we're doing is just what you see us doing on stream, but add like a 0 or 2 at the end for how many hours we're doing it. It's pretty much our main goal right now. Is what you're already seeing, but times that by 10 or 100 times how much we did it on stream. Which of course most of that I've just been doing off stream. What am I doing now? Oh yeah, I'm getting a 10% and then going and using it on our contract real quick. Let me go get rid of these. Let me get a 5% and a 10%. 5%, 10%. Alright, let's go do one thing of stew, use the 5% for it, then we'll go do a 10% with everything. Go and do the leek pies as well. Actually, I'm gonna do the leek pies first. So we can get the 5% on it as well. So I'm gonna get a whole thing of stew. Drop these on the ground, oddly enough. We're gonna do something really weird here that I normally don't do. Gonna do a really weird mix. We should try to get a little bit more value from this potion. We're gonna get every little bit of value from this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it right next to the boiling pot. Like right in that corner over there. Actually, right over here. I forgot. You could do diagonals. I keep forgetting you could grab diagonally in this game. But yeah, we'll put it over there, drop it there so we can pick it up there so we can go do all the leek pies, get all those ready. Use the 5%. Do it on the leek pies first because they're actually better XP. Actually, are they? Now that I think about it, I think the stews are better XP. Not by much, though. You would think they would be because they're 217 compared to 197. But because the chicken and leek requires so many more steps, actually, I guess it doesn't require more steps. It requires more ingredients. Which is what makes it kind of a little bit higher. Well, relative to its level range. But yeah, we'll drop those over there, grab everything we need for the 2 sets of leek pie. Which unfortunately is not a clean 8-8. We're gonna have to do an 8-8-1, which is a really weird ratio. That's fine. Alternatively, we could do a 7-7-3. That seems even weirder just compared to dropping the potions. If only we had equipable potions in the game. Soon, eventually. The update will come. Oh, so this is why I haven't done the CODs yet. If we do the CODs, you can no longer see the leaks. So my goal for when I do COD is I want to no longer have leek pie. But to no longer have leek pie, we need to get to 259 chef. So when it comes to chef, 259 is our next big goal for it. And probably one of our next just big goals in general. Even though I've been Ave Kane Bone right. Also, hello, Glorp, the Golden Chinchampa. Welcome, welcome. Which reminds me, I still need to go get Chinchampa pet on Old School RuneScape as well. If I ever get this beaver, that we are still dry on, by the way. I showed this a bit earlier. But this is absolutely crazy how dry we are on this thing. Wait. Oh, not what I wanted. Go back. How do I undo? But this thing is so dry right now. If I go bring this up. Wait. Leek pie. Wait. We still have never gotten this beaver. We've done it like almost the entirety of Brighter Shores at this point. And we are at 26.2.5 with no beaver yet. We go to skilling pets. Actually, all pets. Where's skilling pets? Skilling pets. Still no beaver. Yeah, we still never got golden Chinchampa either. We'll need to at some point. Fishing's probably the next one after beaver. Agility would be kind of annoying to go for. I do still need to go get one more collection log for agility, but then after that I have everything collection logged. At which point I'm doing agility literally just for the pet. Which is not ideal. But yeah, we'll be doing Old School RuneScape tomorrow. We'll probably do a big wide variety for it. Do a little bit of everything. See if we get lucky on anything. I refuse to end tomorrow's stream without getting at least one collection log though. Because we're top rank collection log still. Alright, let me go drop all these, pick up all this. Do all these next, then we drop all the stews. This is gonna be so weird, this juggle that we have to do. But do all these, drop them all, pick up all that, sell them. Actually, those are the ones sell. We sell the other thing. Then we go grab our contracts. You'll get it when we randomly misclick on a willow tree? I wish it was that easy. Yeah, I'll just be doing a clue scroll and have an axe on me for some reason. I'll get a clue step and it'll be like, cut down a willow tree or something. Or cut down a yew tree or magic tree. So hello to Wernies. Welcome. If that's to us, I'm not sure if it is. I never know when people mention that. But hello, Wernies, if so. You're 15.4 agility and your last skill pet you need. I got to about 15 mil as well. The only thing I still need is Ring of Endurance collection log-wise. I'm over drop rate. I think I'm like 220 or 230 Howled Sepulcher. I'm not sure if we would stream any of that. Also, I want to try hitting level 100 all in Old School RuneScape. I'm currently 99 all, obviously, for max keep. But agility is one of the 5 skills I haven't gotten to level 100 yet. I still need to do it at some point. The only 5 I have left are, actually, let me go check. It's like agility. What are they? Agility, smithing. Smithing I pretty much have banked. Prayer, which I also pretty much have banked. Yeah, smithing and prayer is banked. It was just a matter of doing it. Same as construction. But yeah, agility, smithing, prayer, rune crafting, and construction are the only ones I haven't done yet. For level 100. Though, of course, in Old School RuneScape, nothing actually happens after 99. It's not like RuneScape 3 where there's actually skilling beyond 99 or Brighter Shores where there's skilling beyond 200. There is actually no skilling you can do beyond it. Or, you know, as far as things that upskill. There's one weird thing about Old School RuneScape compared to Brighter Shores or RuneScape 3. Is after quote-unquote max level, there's no content anymore. Whereas in RuneScape 3, there's some skills that go to 110 and 120. And in, obviously, Brighter Shores, it goes all the way to 500. Even though 200 is basically max, there's still content all the way to 500. I'll say to 490 in most skills. Is when you get, like, the last thing is, like, right at 490. If we go check this, the last unlock's at 490, not counting Cape. But, Old School RuneScape doesn't have any mechanic like that. There's no content beyond 99. Other than just doing the content before 99. So trying to get level 120 or literally 200 milli XP is really annoying. Because you're basically stuck at level 99 XP rates or 95 XP rates or something similar. All the way until literal max. Alright, let me go drop these, sell every stew that we don't need for contract, and let's go do a contract run. Gosh, we got nothing. Ooh, Sentry, though. But I can't do it this run. It's too many. I could do Thieves, though. Oh, but it's too far away. Oh, no. Can you go from Thieves all the way over there? I think it's too far. Yeah, I'm not going to do it this run. I'm just going to do the sandwich we have. That's fine. It's not that big a deal. Oh, what if I come back on it, though? Oh, I just thought of something funny. Wait. There is a way. What if I end on Thieves instead of starting on Thieves? Alright, we can do it. I got a plan. I see a plan. Oh, we even got exact inventory to go grab them right now. Perfect. Yeah, we'll still do this. We'll just do it on the way back. I was thinking the other way around. But I can just do this. And I can still grab the things on the way too, which is nice. Because I can just drop these midway through. We're going to be back way in time for them. So we're going to drop them now so I can pick up the 5 thingies. I'll probably boost at the very first one just so we can get the boost for it. It'll also allow me to go use this real quick. But yeah, I got a plan. Alright, step 1 of plan. Drop these right here. Alright, step 2 of plan. We go up to the very first blood nettle. We then drink the 10% pot. Grab it. Use that into alchemy. Go double turn in on Sentry. Use our other point that we'll probably have by then. And then go grab the 3 things that we just dropped and go into Thieves' Den before the 10% expires. That is the master plan. Hopefully it works out. It should. But it should allow us to get the 10% boost on absolutely everything here. And still turn them all in time. Hopefully. We'll find out in a moment. And any other few we do later. It's not that big a deal. It's impossible to route them all. I normally wait until they have synergy to some kind. Hey, there's every color. Nice. He's doing the same thing we're doing right now. Blood nettle. Or 1 net nettles. Alright. He might be preparing for the 6-star quest. He's doing normal nettle. That means he's around like 85-ish. I think it's like 83 when you start getting them. Normal nettle. Because we don't know what a 6-star quest requirement is going to be like. There's currently none in the game. So we don't know how high or low it's going to be. All we know is that a 5-star's highest is currently, what number is that? 61. Is the highest 5-star quest currently. But the 2 6-star quests that are coming for Chapter 1 and 3, we have never seen before. So we don't know what kind of numbers they could be. We know for sure they mentioned in the past that they're never going to do a quest requirement above 200. I highly doubt it's going to be that high. Like, if you had all 100s, it's probably way more than enough. Oh, I'm not sure if we're going to make it in time. It's going to be really sketchy. Yeah, I don't think we make it. I'd have to make it over to Thieves' Den in 40 seconds. No, I don't think we're making it. We're still gonna try though. That's gonna be really tight. If you could just go straight there, I feel like we could. The problem is you have to go all the way around the alley. Yeah, we're not gonna make it. I was gonna try though. Yeah, there's no way we make it. If there was a straight line to get in, we maybe could. But we gotta walk all the way around. No, well, at least we got it for the nettle, if nothing else. But if I would have done it at Sentry, we could have made it. But doing it at the first nettle was not doable. Oh well, here we go. Alright, and then we'll probably just go bring this guy to an AFK activity then. They're at 85 currently? Nice, exactly the number. Yeah, I assumed it was a little over 83 since we were doing it for a while. That's kind of funny I got the exact number though. But it makes sense, because that's around the time you'd be doing it at. Because at a certain point you would stop doing them for the next activity. Which is the 89 potato. Alright, I guess I'll bring my guy to the AFK activity for 4 hours then. Get him like a 4-hour potion. Grab some dinner. Let's see. 4 hours of potion. Also, we bought 1,000 of them earlier. We've only dented through a quarter of it, despite how much AFK we've been doing. Hey, lucky 7s. Nice. Oh yeah, also give me a 10%. I'm going to need that for the fishing venture. Alright, there we go. And we bring him to his AFK activity, which is currently Bone Right. Trying to get Bone Right to 258 off of AFK. And that's mostly so when we get to tier 5 off a Gatherer, when we go get that for Alchemy. We'll be able to go do the Bone Spike. Because that's what you need to be able to process the 280 Bone Spike, is 258 Bone Right. Which is what I'm currently trying to AFK for right now. Will take a while, obviously. We're going to get in like a level 2 a day. But we're getting there. Unfortunately, this is like the furthest away one. Out of any of the AFKs for Bone Right, this is the most annoying one to get to. It's so far away, it's almost better just to go teleport to Chapter 2 and just walk. It is so far from any Chapter 3 teleport. I still always go through Chapter 3, though. But the alternative is to teleport here, and then walk through there, and just come in through there. I never actually timed it to see which one's better. But we have reached our destination. Oh yeah, we're making T-Rexes right now too. Which are pretty cool. Out of all the things you make here, it's definitely my favorite one. The big T-Rex. We'll wait till it gets created. And then we'll end it here. But yeah, tomorrow around noon Eastern Standard Time or so, we'll probably be doing Old School RuneScape for the first Old School RuneScape only stream in like half a year now. Though when we have streamed it in the past, we don't stream it too often. Like maybe like every few months or so. Mostly because a lot of the grinds in there are similar to Brighter Shores, where, you know, there's like so much time between every grind. Especially now that we're maxed. Where the average grind in that game is literally measured in dozens of hours, if not hundreds. Like, I tried Corporeal Beast for the first time ever the other day. And with our current kill time, we can safely, on a hardcore, kill about 4 an hour. To fully green log it, it would take about 1,000 hours. Like an actual 1,000 hours. And what's crazy is even with the best in slot gear, it'll still take about 400 or 500 hours to go and finish it. Even if you're on a non-hardcore with literal best in slot everything, it would still take about 400 to 500 hours. But on a hardcore with not best in slot while playing as safely as possible to not die, it is a 1,000 hour grind. If you go on drop rate. That's if you don't go dry, which is crazy. And that's just for one boss too. It is one of the most notoriously grindiest bosses though. But it is still crazy how long that is. And that's how long an average raid takes as well. Like, an average raid takes like 500 to 1,000 hours to green log as well. And I've only started getting into raiding, which is probably something we'll do a little bit there. Because they mentioned they are announcing the first raid for, or, you know, they're starting to work on the first raid for Brighter Shores. So, it'd be fun to just kind of just check on the raids in Old School RuneScape a bit more. Because I haven't really done them that much. So it'd be nice to kind of get into them a little bit more to see what Brighter Shores might end up doing as far as their angle. And we'll try that some tomorrow. Obviously not in Brighter Shores, but in Old School then. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I will catch you guys later. Best of luck with everything. And yeah, hopefully more content soon for Brighter Shores so we can go and mess around with it. Looks like they're working on a lot of quests soon. 7 of them, 3 for next chapter and 4 for side quests. 2 of which are for, well, we saw the thing earlier, might as well bring it up again. But yeah, we're getting a Hopeport quest 4-star that supposedly, quote unquote, has the best reward that has ever had for any quest. And it's only a 4-star as well. We got our first ever 6-star quest, which is in the works for Hopeport, which means free-to-play players, you get this too. If you don't have your membership, you still get those as well. Hope Forest has one that probably uses Gather, as Gather and Forge are the only 2 that are not used for any quest yet, which means one of these 2 Hopeport quests guarantee requires like 50, 60, 70, if not higher forestry. Forestry. Not forestry, I mean Forager. But one of these likely requires a really high Forager level, as currently Forager and Gather are the only 2 skills that are not used for any quest yet. And that means this Hope Forest quest probably requires like 25, 30 Gather as well if you haven't gotten that yet. And Mines Matubin is probably going to have some insane requirements. A 6-star Mines Matubin quest, you're probably going to need like 80 all production there, as well as a decent mining level. Like that's going to be really, really high, whatever they end up doing with that. And of course, we're getting 3 more main storyline with 2 side quests for Stonewall Hill, which is still a long ways away though. But it looks like these are the main priority right now, is trying to get out these 4 quests, with the main 2 being for Hopeport currently, with a few other along the way at some point in the next year at current rate. But hopefully within the next few months, we can start seeing all these come into the game. Hopefully within the next month or 2, we'll see. First one's probably about a week or 2 around the corner, so the one that's supposed to be like any day last month, that was supposed to be at the end of March, and it is now like mid-April and still has not released, and is still not done yet. But hopefully by the end of April, we can get this thing. I'm really hoping this is a equipable potion. While it has not been confirmed yet, there's like a 99% chance, maybe like 95% chance, one of these 2 quests is a equipable potion. We don't know which. We don't even know for sure if it is 100%. But there's a very, 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 very high chance one of these 2 Hopeport quests is the equipable potion quest, the one that finally lets you equip potions, which also likely has a really high alchemy and or forager level. It could be the 6-star, it could be the 4-star, we don't really know. But one of these 2 is almost guaranteed equipable potion. So do be mindful of that if you want that mechanic and don't need to worry about these in your inventory always, as that quest will be required to unlock the feature. Assuming it does get added. You'd raid with me? You're still learning them too? Sure. We could do Chambers of Xeric. Since we're on a hardcore, I wouldn't want to do Theater of Blood or TOA. But I could definitely do duo Chambers or something. But if any of you guys want to join in, we could. Oh no, I could maybe try it for Tombs of Amasket as well. It's just in Tombs of Amasket, I believe my allies can technically kill me. Because I'm not sure all of the duo mechanics in Tombs of Amasket. Actually, I'm not even sure how to duo Chambers either. I've only ever done them all solo. Even Theater of Blood, I've actually never done a normal Theater of Blood yet. I've only ever done it solo. I've either done entry mode, or I did hard mode, or normal mode in leagues as solo. I've never actually done it in a group ever. I pretty much have done like 0 group rating. I wouldn't mind doing it though. But yeah, we'll be starting that around noon tomorrow, so yeah, we'll mess around with that. But anyways, guys, hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Catch you guys later. And goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.